The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ, J-O-E-Q, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Let's go. It's time for Sedano and Kap.
A little sabor, and we're going to just nosh.
It is George Sedano. It is Scott Kaplan. Sedano and Kap is on for your Thursday afternoon.
I'm going to have to say respectfully, I'm going to disagree.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know.
Here we go, Thursday, May 1st. No time to make the "it's going to be May" joke. Not just yet, because it's a Therapy Thursday. You've waited all day to hear what George Sedano, maybe what Scott Kaplan, and what producer Lindsay Baseball,
maybe,
and Young D, the host of Lakers Talk Daily, would have to say about last night. Let's hear the final call from Johnny Ah.
Reeves brings it into LeBron. LeBron will hold the ball, and that'll do it. Minnesota wins in 5 games. I picked the Lakers in 7. You picked the Lakers in 4.
Yep.
And you got to take your hat off to these Timberwolves who played a great series. And, Michael, you have to admit it, they deserve to be moving on. They were the better team for all 5 games.
Definitely.
Plus, JJ and Rob Pelinka, not to be confused with Luka, at a press conference this morning. We'll talk about that. Rams general manager Les Snead's going to join us on this Lakers full day to say, hey, man, what about the Rams? We'll talk NFL draft with Les Snead and fun and frivolity as we like to have. It's a Therapy Thursday. Let's gather around the campfire and begin the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover.
A Jerusalem cherry. He likes to lay the wood. Yeah. You say Kikuchi.
Wacky forced radio stunt of the year. Ha-ha!
Christopher can go to hell.
Oh, nothing worse than the horse.
Nah, man, black don't crack.
Benjamin Pratt is like, how do you say his name? Asminger?
Asminger.
Hey, these Hard Knocks guys are all over me right now. It's like I'm back in Dayton.
You are a bit killer.
Because you got to talk about sperm?
I mean, look at me. I'm a hot piece of ass. I mean, look at him.
Oh, Ia Maliava. Because I thought it was like, I'm a leaving.
I'm on with Sedano.
Oh.
What's up, black man?
Sedano and Kap, your Thursday afternoon right now.
By the way, Christopher, people want to know what Cappy thinks, too, about the Lakers.
Maybe.
I think I do.
Well, I actually have no issue with the way Chris voiced that open. He said, people have been waiting all day long to hear what George Sedano has to say about the Lakers getting knocked out last night, and maybe they might want to hear what Cappy has to say as well. To be honest with you, George, I did not listen to 1 second of Mason and Ireland today, or should I call it Ireland and Bergman. I did not
I'm sitting in your seat today because of Mason having all sorts of stomach issues. I don't want to get any of that crap. And I brought, there's a bunch of, alcohol wipes in here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I specifically, I'm not joking, man. I didn't want to hear what anybody had to say all day. Nobody. I didn't want to hear what Mason and Ireland had to say. I didn't want to hear what Bergie had to say. I didn't want to hear what the national guys had to say because I had my own thoughts. But the truth of the matter is this. Like Chris said, I've been waiting all day to hear your thoughts. I usually call you 2-3 times a day. I'll throw you a text or two. I want to know what you think about things. I like to discuss things before we go on the air.
Let's do this then.
I want to hear what you have to say. Go ahead.
Let's start off with the game itself, okay? Here's what I would say. I thought the Lakers blew a monster opportunity to extend this series, okay? Number one, you will never get a worse game by the Minnesota Timberwolves in a playoff game than you did yesterday, okay? They missed 18 straight threes. Do you know how hard that is?
Oh, dude, go beyond. How about Anthony Edwards? 0 for 11.
Correct. And he hit more threes than anybody this season. Okay,
0 for 11, and he scored a total of 15 points. Terrible. Not a good game for him.
Right. Well, not a good offensive game. He did
Right.
I shouldn't even say that. Not a good shooting game because he had 8 assists. He made all the right decisions when the Lakers doubled him and had 0 turnovers despite them doubling him constantly early in that game. Okay. And he did attack the rim in other instances. Okay. So the fact that you blew the Minnesota Timberwolves D+ game, that in itself was infuriating beyond just the, if you're a Laker fan, beyond just the, like, oh, the series is over. Like, just the game part of it, it's like, dude, how did you not win that game? Like, that's the game you had to win. Now, let's start to get into some of the minutia of the game very quickly. The first thing that obviously stands out is during the broadcast, and now you could see this because we knew, at least before the game, I saw it on social media, and JJ had an interaction at his pregame presser that seemed to have annoyed him, to say the least, right?
Annoyed the hell out of me watching him.
And why did it annoy you, to say?
Because
I'm just curious.
Here's why. Because it told me that he was super uptight. It told me he was defensive. It made me think that he wasn't confident. Just every ounce of what he did in that pregame press conference, getting upset with that reporter when he himself a year ago was a media member. He knows they're doing their jobs. The arrogance and the tone, just every ounce of it made me say, I don't feel good about this game tonight.
Well, yeah, I came away feeling like, oh, he's definitely tight. Like, I came away feeling that way just watching that exchange.
Yep.
Now, I'll say this, and I think Rashawn is a very good reporter at KTLA, and I know he calls the Sparks games as well. He does. I love the kid. I think he does a phenomenal job.
Who's the guy? Who is it?
Rashawn.
Salam?
No, man.
Oh.
Why you gotta be such a jerk face, man?
R.I.P.
This kid is like doing his thing, and
I don't know his name.
You're calling him Rashawn Salam.
Well, I mean, it's the only Rashawn I know.
Ay, Dios mío.
I don't know the guy's name. I don't know who he is.
Rashawn Haylock.
Hey, Rashawn, good job by you, man.
Haylock. That's his last name.
Yeah,
Haylock. Haylock.
So I'm sure everyone's seen or heard the exchange. We could play it for a second. Here's what and I don't know if it's the full exchange because he started the question asking about the last game, but then it morphed into a question that probably went too long, and because of it, he kind of got himself in some trouble where he's saying stuff that he probably didn't really mean to say, but now it's going to get misinterpreted, and like you could see this,
said it.
You could see this coming a mile away.
Oh
right?
yeah, you should have just said it directly.
And so go play the clip.
As you watch the film, what do you recall about your thought process in the moment? Sticking with the 5 you stuck with in the fourth quarter the other day.
Stop. If that's the question, no problem. You get no issues. JJ doesn't walk off. Because if you watch JJ's body language while he's being asked that question, he's like, okay, cool. Like he's receiving it well. Like there's no doubt. But then, go ahead. I don't know if you can pick it up from there. Or you have to play the whole thing.
Is there an assistant or someone maybe that you'll lean on tonight, maybe to try to get some other guys involved if that opportunity presents itself?
Are you saying that because I'm inexperienced and that was an inexperienced decision that I made? Do you think I don't talk to my assistants about substitutions every single timeout?
No, I just think there's a lot of coaches lean on their assistants in those situations.
As do I, every single time. That's a weird assumption.
Okay, so and he storms off. So I agree with you, Cappy, to an extent, is what I would say. Okay? That was unprofessional. He shouldn't have done that. And I'm sure in a moment of clarity, he would agree.
I disagree.
Okay. I know him a little bit. I haven't talked to him about it. I haven't even spoken to him, nor do I plan to be honest with you. But I know him. Like, I can see him being like,
Okay, George.
I probably shouldn't have done that.
George, I don't know him. I don't know J.J. Redick at all, except other than what I've seen of him on TV, heard of him on podcasts, and watched him as coach and knowing his playing career. He seems like the kind of guy to me that what he does, he believes is right.
Oh, no, I agree, but I still think that you can have an exchange. Ramona Shelburne had an exchange a couple years ago with Eric Spoelstra. And, a few minutes later, her and Spo talked, and he was like, hey, man, I shouldn't have done that. Like, I shouldn't have taken that out on you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think people in the immediacy of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're in it, and he's in it, and so I've been around Spo for a long time, too. Like, he's in it. A lot of these guys are in it. Like, they are locked in, and it's like a different human being from the moment they are ready to be in game mode.
Well, I hope you're right. I hope that he does look at it and say, hey, you know what? I made a mistake, but I don't think he will.
I'm sure if he sees Rashawn Haylock again, he'll be like, hey, man,
Haylock.
He'll make a joke out of it, light out of it, whatever.
Hey,
so
man.
Anyway, I will say this. Again, I told you, and again, this is just my opinion, right? I think Rashawn is really good at what he does. But I get, like, everybody's got a sensitive thing, right? Everybody does, right? You do. You hated when they called you a rat. Remember that?
Yeah, I don't like being called a rat.
Right.
I don't call people rats, unless they're rats.
When Chris called you a rat, you the switch flipped, right? And you just it got real in here when that happened. And I think that JJ understands he's inexperienced, and he's heard it for 6-7 months or longer. And I think that's the sensitive spot. Like, wait, you're trying to, because here's what I'll say, Cappy, if you've been to a game, in any coach in basketball calls a timeout, they're going to huddle up with their assistants first before addressing the team. So that's why I'm saying, the question, had he just ended it where I told you at the beginning, would not have had an issue. Because, again, I'm watching the exchange at that point and looking at the body language of the coach receiving it. And then you could tell immediately when he said the thing about the assistant coaches. He said it, and before I knew what JJ was going to say, I'm like, oh, that's not going to go well.
And you want to know how I knew it? He was gripping the microphone with two hands. Seriously, he was holding a microphone.
The body language told you.
Right. He's holding the microphone with two hands, and it was almost as if he was going to squeeze and try and break the microphone. That kid asked him a question. JJ should have been cool about it.
It could have been, but even I heard him on the pregame with Michael and Beto, and he said that JJ kind of maybe misinterpreted what he said. I would say maybe yes to that, but I would also say the question could have been phrased differently, and that's just as a professional to a professional. I would say that's my constructive criticism and feedback.
Mm-hmm.
But JJ could have absolutely 1,000% handled it better. You're right on that. Now, look, we haven't even gotten to any of the game stuff because we got anyway, long story short, I felt like him being tight may have led to a little tightness at the beginning of the game.
Oh, there's no doubt. And that's why, again, I was like, hey, Lakers are going to win this game. I saw that. I'm like, no, they're not.
So let's pause. We will get back into this stuff and now what it means moving forward, the press conference today, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then we will get back into all this pretty quickly here. Les Snead is going to be kind enough to join us to talk about the Rams and their draft. We were there. And we'll talk to him in just a moment, so stick around.
From a 2-0 series lead to a 3-2 hole, the Kings season is on the line tonight in Edmonton.
We got to go win a hockey game. They took it away from us. We got to go win a hockey game and take it back. That's just the way it goes. I mean, there's no tricks here. We've proven we're a pretty good hockey team. Go there and take it back because they just took it away from us.
Kings, Oilers, it's a do-or-die Game 6 for LA tonight at 7 on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gat today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergat.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergat.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game, avnergat.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood, carpet, and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Right now at Park West Bicycle Casino, the progressive jackpot is over $3 million, and when it hits, it'll be the biggest jackpot ever won at any LA card room. Poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, even baccarat, all eligible for the progressive. Brand new players who sign up for their player rewards get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino, where the stakes are high and the rewards are massive.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GEAR-001292. GEAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
And it is Sedano and Kap, your Thursday afternoon at Therapy Thursday. We're going to take a time out because Snead is scheduled to join us in just a moment. Today is also Mother Goose Day. We can use a Mother Goose around here, like we used to back in the days, although that didn't work out really. And on this day, back in 1987, the number one hit. I wonder if Snead was listening to this song back in the day in his Camaro. Cutting Crew. I don't know if he had a Camaro or not. I Just Died in Your Arms. Sedano and Kap continues your Thursday afternoon right now.
I could see Les driving a Camaro, Cappy. I don't know about you.
I always wanted an IROC Z28. A Camaro, I liked the Camaro, but I like the older Camaros, like the 68 Camaros. Yeah. But in the 80s, I wanted an IROC Z28 with T-tops.
Well, I'll ask him right now. Les Snead, general manager of your Los Angeles Rams. We pegged you as a Camaro guy at one point in your life. Listening to Cutting Crew, I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight, maybe back in 1987. Is that a fair assessment?
You know what? I mean, you got to let's think back. I grew up in a small town in Alabama. You know what I mean? You got to look. You got to think more pickup truck.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough.
Ford
That's
F-150.
true.
Yeah,
that is true. Yeah, but you know what? You could have had an old Camaro that you worked on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it could have just been in the garage somewhere. You know, somebody you bought it for like $500 off of. You know.
Yeah, it's not. You're not way off base. But you know what? Wasn't the Camaro guy.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Pickup truck
and
guy.
I actually wasn't a pickup truck guy. Probably, maybe I shouldn't expose myself. Probably first car was like a Honda Accord.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
Honda
Hey, listen,
Accord.
Honda Accord, very
good on gas.
very
Good on
practical,
gas.
good
Very
on
good.
gas.
Yep.
You get
Great
like
on gas,
100,000
great
mile
14
warranty
acres.
on the thing. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't. You didn't. There was. This was not. Hey, let's go ask the homecoming queen out, and she says yes because of the Honda Accord.
Yeah.
That's not. It would just get you to and from, gas mileage, things like that.
Right.
I will
on.
say this: you drafted a Bentley at tight end. That kid Ferguson. I did one of his games in 2022, Oregon, Utah. and I was blown away by him. And that was a pretty loaded Oregon team back then. And then I followed his career since. But, yeah, like I really like that kid. He reminds me a lot, and I think Sean may have mentioned this too, reminds me a little of Chris Cooley back from the old Washington days.
Well, there's definitely some Chris Cooley, in his game just because of the subtleties and nuances at the top of routes and being able to, right, to have those nuances and separate, right, at the top, not necessarily just on pure mom, dad, God-given explosiveness. So there's subtleties and nuances in someone's game, instincts, we call it, knowing the physics and geometry of it all. But he is one of those guys, if you liked him 3 years ago and kind of followed his career, right, a lot of big-time catches in the red zone and moving the chains along the way.
Hey, Les, I liked it when you called him to congratulate him and welcome him to the Rams. You said that you've been thinking about looking at him when he was at the Combine, and apparently he has a tattoo across either his chest or his belly that says loyalty, and you said now you've got a new team to be loyal to. What are we talking about here?
He's if you check his combine pick out, right, there's an element, right, he definitely has some ink on the body, has some really good artists that he's gotten to know, but that one stuck out because it was a large tattoo. It's on his stomach. I did mention, holy cow, I just said belly. That one's not going to age well. You know what I mean? I could have said, hey, your shredded stomach, your six pack, whatever you want to call it. I mentioned belly, but there, he did have loyalty. Right there screaming at you. If you catch him walking down the beach, you're going to notice that, he's definitely got a loyalty tat on the stomach there.
I love it. So, Les, I mean, I liked a lot of your picks. I feel like, the kid from Michigan, the kid from Ohio State along the D-line, I think those guys can be helpful for already a good young defense, augmenting that. You can't have enough guys at the line of scrimmage, in my opinion. And then the kid from Auburn, I've seen him play a ton. I'm a big fan of what he's been able to do. Home run hitter, and also a guy who can be a 3-down back if you need it.
Oh yeah, he's definitely caught some balls out of the backfield. He's protected in the pass game, and he's one of those guys. Just the way he plays the game, the way he runs. Like there's some people who run and they break a tackle, and there's some people who run and break a tackle. And right, everyone in the stands, the audience, it just ignites everyone. It's like, you know what, that's a little different. So he kind of brings that element to the game, and obviously being a little bit of an Auburn homer, similar to you in watching T. Ferg over those years, been able to just as a fan catch him from afar watching Auburn games, and he's definitely somebody that's had a lot of let's call it highlights along the way.
Yeah.
For the Auburn Tigers there.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm a homer also for my Pitt Panthers, and I love what you did in the 7th round. Yeah. Because the kid Mumfield out of Pitt in the 7th round, look, 7th rounders oftentimes have a hard time making teams.
Not on the Rams.
But no, 7th rounders on the Rams can become like A-list receivers. He had a very, very productive career, Les.
Very productive. But another person, I would say if he was a coach, he definitely knows how to run a route and get open at the point of attack, get open at the right time. And some, I always go, there's an element of instinctual feel for the game. It comes naturally to him, even though maybe he goes to the combine and you run those drills. It's not in football pads. So he's going to be someone who's going to definitely play more explosive right when it's time to separate at the top of that route than he would, let's call it a short shuttle or something like that.
Yeah, and look, they had, if you want to look back at Pittsburgh's season, and I did a couple of their games, and Cap is an alum, so he watched all their games. Look, they had a quarterback situation occur. They looked great for the first 6 games. They had a healthy quarterback. Then they went through a number of different quarterbacks, and things looked a little differently. I still feel like he played really well despite all that, which to me shows just kind of the maturity of the kid, too.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those kids that you can. I say this. He has the makeup that he would probably succeed at whatever sport he chose or whatever field he chose to go into after Pitt. That's just some people just have that it factor, that you know what, I'm gonna do my best to try to be as best as I possibly can at whatever I'm trying to do. He definitely fits into that category.
Hey, Les, I also really loved being at the draft headquarters at the Air Ops for the LAFD at the Van Nuys Airport. For all the great draft places that you guys have done, the mansion in Beverly Hills, the beach activation last year, this was probably the coolest. And I thought your press conference was interesting because you were saying, hey, these guys right here, they battle, and as I recall you using the word badass, they battle some badass fires. What'd you think about being around all those LAFD firefighters and being in that facility for the draft?
Yeah, it was definitely, like, we've been to some cool places. Even this one had an unsung view. I mean, looking out of that hangar there, it had that Rose Bowl view that you might not have been expecting, right, with the mountains in the background. But take all that out, definitely the least fancy. But I think when you walked in there and felt just felt the place, felt the vibe of the firefighters, there's that moment like, wow, this is a cool moment. They appreciate it, we appreciate them. I think I mentioned, right, when we go to dial that number to ask those group of men and women to come help, we're not dialing that number to let them know, hey, hope your day's going well. We're kind of dialing that number going, you know what? Mother Nature's coming at us, and we're going to go the other way, but we need someone to go this way. And they're the ones that show up and go the opposite direction, which is right into Mother Nature's best pitch.
Les, I don't know if you can even address this stuff, but I'll try to be as delicate as possible. There's plenty of scuttlebutt out there, I guess, about you guys potentially looking outwardly to bring in some more talent, which I'm sure you guys always are, particularly Jalen Ramsey, someone you guys are familiar with. I don't know if I can ask you specifically because he's still on a roster, but what I'll ask you is, what would you say about potentially still adding veteran talent to this roster?
I think you take it in stages, and it's not something that's an urgent matter, because what we're just getting here, we're just finishing up our second week of phase one. We'll get on the field in OTAs. We'll start, right, everyone will start blending and collaborating and seeing what kind of chemistry we build. And along the way, you'll figure out, whether you think there's a major hole or not. And no team's ever going to be ideal, but along the way, you're trying to take, let's call it, do a report card of, okay, if we're not ideal, how close can we get to it? So those things are always in play, but especially with veteran players that don't own another team. It's one thing if your contract expired, you're a veteran player and you're still on the street right now and you're free. That's a lot easier said than done than when someone's right on a roster, has guaranteed money. There's so many variables that goes into, those type things coming together this time of year.
Hey, Les, I think a lot of us were looking at this draft and wondering, might you guys dip your toe into a developmental quarterback? Because we all kind of think that eventually you got to prepare for the aftermath of Matthew Stafford. So I guess my two questions would be this. Did you contemplate it at any point? And two, it was the story of the draft. What was your opinion about what happened to the Shador thing?
I think I'll answer it. Obviously, we have Matthew Stafford, so I think priority number one is make the most of the Matthew Stafford era. That's the right now. That's the moment we're in. Very well aware that his career is coming to an end at some point sooner than later. So you got to be aware of that. I think in this year's draft with the quarterbacks, we're always scouting QBs, and then what eventually ended up happening is I always say this: when you're in that moment, like I mentioned, make the most of the Matthew Stafford era. Some of the QBs are usually going to go ahead of where you would prefer to pick them. And at the end of the day, I call it with Shador. Here's what I'll say about the draft, and probably because of Shador's brand, there's definitely a lot of attention on it. But everything pre-draft is really, really speculation. And at the end of the day, once the draft rolls around, that's the reality of the situation. So, and we see a lot of QBs that go on day three. There's no shame in that, and this is the reality. And I would suggest to anyone who goes on day three, hey, it's a heck of an opportunity. Make the most of it. Start living your dream, and go to work and go from there.
All right, Les Snead, general manager of your Los Angeles Rams. Les, thank you so much
man.
for hanging
you.
out with us, man. Appreciate your time.
Always enjoy it.
See it. There you go.
All right. Camaro guy, not a Camaro guy. Like a Honda Accord guy.
Yeah, I would
Honda
not have
Accord.
guessed that. Yeah,
right.
I would not have guessed it.
Yeah, we should have thought about the geography before we came up with the Camaro.
Yeah, that's true. Alabama, yeah. I mean, listen, doesn't mean people in Alabama don't have Camaros.
No, but I just think of
more
guys
of a
in Alabama.
Northeast kind of thing or a West Coast kind of thing.
Or I think of like a South Florida cheeseball kind of a thing like us. Yeah.
Love the Honda Accord, by the way.
Honda Accord's fuel-efficient vehicle.
Yeah.
Very
and I know you love a good Subaru, too.
Oh, I do love a good Subaru. And not only do I love a good Subaru, I also love a great human being. And I also love to share my thanks and my gratitude to somebody that has served our country so well. And I have talked about Omar, the general manager at Ocean Subaru, and I've talked about his decorated military career. I mean, when you're in the Army for over 20 plus years, I mean, you could just go backwards. Iraq and Afghanistan, and prior to that, Saudi Arabia and Kuwait, and even going way back when, probably to like the early 90s, Desert Storm, Desert Shield. I mean, there's a guy who has really, really given his service to our country, and now he gives his service to you if you're looking to buy a new Subaru, because that's Ocean Subaru OC. OceanSubaruOC.com. You can find out everything you want to know about all the different vehicles. And here's how you find them. They're at 1100 South Euclid in Fullerton. They're right off the 91 freeway. So if you've ever been to this location, once you get off the freeway, you cannot miss it. The store is big, it's beautiful, it's bright, especially at night, man. This thing is all lit up. I've driven several different Subarus so far, the Solterra, the Crosstrek, the Forester. I love them all. What I always talk about is the modern technology that you would expect, obviously, the versatility, because it looks like inside it feels big, but on the outside it doesn't look like overly big, like you're not going to have a problem parking. Super reliable, incredibly safe to put your family in. And I always like the all-wheel drive feature, because if you're going up to the mountains, you want that all-wheel drive. So if you are thinking about a brand new Subaru, come on down and visit us. We're at 1100 South Euclid in Fullerton, like I say, right off the 91 freeway. The website is OceanSubaruOC.com. And don't miss the Subaru A Lot to Love event. It is on right now. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where every journey starts with love.
And it is a Therapy Thursday here on 710 ESPN and on the all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube all day long at ESPN Los Angeles. We're here for you all day. Your reaction, your interaction, and what do we do next? Come on, Lakers fans. This is your home of Lakers basketball and your home today of a Therapy Thursday all day long on LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Hey everyone, this is Ramona Shelburne. Did you know that Children's Hospital of Los Angeles isn't just a local favorite? They're ranked one of the best pediatric hospitals in the country by U.S. News and World Report. With nearly 15,000 surgeries a year, they handle more complex procedures than any other hospital in Southern California. That's major league expertise right in our backyard. When it comes to your child's health, CHLA is playing in a league of their own.
Thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No agents, commissions, open houses, or costly repairs. They'll give you a fair cash offer with no surprises. One seller said, and I quote, "Seller's Advantage was faster, easier, and more rewarding than listing my house. The offer matched my expectations, and the process was stress-free." Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
And it is Sedano and Kap here Thursday afternoon. A Therapy Thursday as we break down Lakers from last night and put a bow on this thing. Although we're going to talk about it all summer long, let's be honest. Today is National Chocolate Parfait Day. And on this day, back in 1984, a song that's fitting today, #1 hit Lionel Richie. Hello. Sedano and Kap continues your Thursday afternoon with Sedano and the Rat right now.
Oh, come on. Cappy, I'm not standing for that.
You're not standing for what?
Chris calling you a rat there.
Oh, let me tell you what happened last night. You ready for this?
Yeah. And thank you to Les Snead, by the way.
Les was great. Thank you to Les. Thank you to Artis. Thanks to the Rams PR department. You guys did such a great job with the draft, and we appreciate you guys bringing them on today.
Yep.
So, George, last night, the game ends. It's probably like 10-ish last night. Game went a little later than normal.
Yeah.
So Chris and I come walking back from
I almost called you guys.
Oh, I would have loved that. Let me explain why.
Yeah.
So last night, Chris and I, we get in the car. It's about 10:15.
Yeah, I figured.
There's not too much traffic getting out of
because people were leaving a little early as you sent me that video from the suite. Yeah.
Right. Here's the thing. I got criticized for leaving the Kings game early when they were up 4-0.
Right.
I don't think I'm going to leave a game early again.
I mean, there was like 40 seconds, though, I think, on the clock, right, when you sent that?
Right. So I sent this video because all the Laker fans were starting to leave. I'm like, yo, where are you guys going? Yeah. What, you guys don't believe? Down by 4 or 6? Come on, man.
Yeah. But then they hit a couple. They got a foul, and there were a couple more free throws, and it was out of hand.
And everybody had to just deal with reality. Yeah. So we get across the street from, we go from Crypto.com. We walk across the beautiful courtyard. We get into LA Live, and we go up to the office, and we grab our stuff, and we get into the parking garage. Yeah. And it's not too bad getting out of the parking garage, not too bad. But I turn left on Olympic, okay? And, George, from the time I turned left on Olympic until the time I actually got on the freeway.
Oh, that's the part that takes forever.
Probably,
but here's what you need to do.
Yeah.
You need to go past Blaine or whatever that street is.
That's what I should have done.
And go all the way around.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was my big screw up.
Yeah. That's what I do all the time if I end up parking here in the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but, sometimes when I'm doing the game, they hook me up with the good parking.
Well, yeah. I mean, and the good parking, I would take the good parking too. But in this case, I had our parking, which is good, very good, but not after a game.
The thing is, our guy Ben Mendoza, who does ops for ESPN, he just calls a guy, and then he's got a guy, and he's like, hey, Sedano's coming. So when I go through, I'm like, yo, what's up? I just give the guy a peace sign, and then he lets me through and gives me the good parking right there outside the tunnel.
You just flash him some deuces, huh?
Yeah, because they know.
Okay, I got it. Well, shout out to Ben Mendoza.
Ben Mendoza makes things happen at this company.
Ben Mendoza's a good man.
If you ever meet Ben Mendoza, LA, by the way, LA guy. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, hometown
local
kid.
Guy.
Hometown.
Local guy.
All right.
But is he from here?
He's from here.
All right.
And he makes things happen, Cappy.
So we turn out of LA Live. We turn left onto Olympic. Yeah. From the time we left LA Live, left the facility, to the time I got on the freeway, 45 minutes.
I believe it.
Okay? 45 minutes.
Why didn't you call me?
Well, so here's what happened.
You should have called me.
And not only could I have called you and said, hey, give me a little bit of maybe a little backdoor action here, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, whoa, phrasing.
Well, like through the back of the streets kind of a thing.
Just be careful with the phrasing.
But Chris was not available. You know why?
He was asleep.
Sound asleep.
Well, that's late night, dude. The guy almost died.
I understand. But, George, sound asleep.
Right, but of course.
But we didn't even get to the freeway. It wasn't even like,
you wanted to chat.
A little company would have been nice. A little company. Because I'm tired, too.
So you should have called.
Oh, wait. So
I
now,
was up. I was up late. I was up to midnight watching all the post-game stuff.
So now here's what happens. You ready? We're driving south. We get on the freeway finally.
Yeah.
Now it's like 11:45-ish or so.
Right.
Right? And we're driving down to Anaheim. I'm going to take Chris home. And we're getting to Harbor, which is where we're going to get off. Yeah. And I look at my GPS, and I'm like, oh, man, this thing's coming up. I got to move over.
Right.
So I start making my move over, but I am late. I'm going to miss this exit. I'm going to miss it.
And Chris is freaking out.
No, he's sound asleep.
Oh, okay.
This kid has been sound asleep for an hour and change.
Yeah.
I'm by myself on this thing.
Yeah. Were you listening to a podcast or something?
I was listening to the radio. I was looking on Instagram. I'm not.
You were looking on Instagram.
I wasn't texting. So anyway. I'm like, oh my God, I got to get over.
You don't have a selfless driving car, do you?
No, nothing like that.
What's wrong with you?
No. Well, I was by myself, man. I needed somebody to entertain
Forget
me.
about Instagram on the highway, on the freeway. What's wrong with you?
So I realize I got to get over because I'm going to get off on Harbor, and if I don't get off on Harbor, now I'm going to have to backtrack. What a pain in my ass.
Yeah.
So now I start to make my move over, and dude, I'm getting to the ramp. George, I'm telling you, I'm getting there late. I don't mean like I'm getting off to the ramp smoothly.
Yeah.
I'm getting off to the ramp.
And you're hauling ass.
I'm doing like 80 miles an hour, and it's super dark, and my vision at night isn't great. He's sound asleep, okay? I'm on Instagram. It's a disaster.
Yeah.
And then I veer over, right? And I'm like, oh, no! And I hit, like, the curb
with your tire.
Yeah. Like the ramp is going up to the right, and there's kind of like a curb or like a median.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's nowhere for me to go. I either flip back left or I go right. So I go over the curb, and I mean, I'm sure we caught air by like 10 or 15 feet. Okay, right? And we come crashing down, dude. And Chris wakes up. He's like, what the hell? Like Dude thought we got it. Like, he thought the car was flipping over and over and over.
Of course.
Because he woke up out of a dead sleep.
Yeah. Because he thought he was dead again.
Right. He thought he made it through all the strokes and all the other things that happened.
Killed him.
And then I wind up killing him.
Which could still happen.
And he told me, he goes, hey, if you kill me on this ride home, I'm going to kill you. And I said, but what happens if you die before I die? He goes, I will come back and haunt you. It was a disaster. Man.
Oh, my gosh.
I didn't get home. Listen, I got home last night about 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
1 a.m.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, well. Hey, look, that was a great story, Cap. You made me laugh. But we do have to get to, like, Pelinka and JJ in their press conference today.
Oh, I don't want to hear about those two guys right now.
And LeBron. LeBron said some stuff last night.
Right. So let me just say this to you. You ready? I want to talk about last night's game. I want to talk about the series.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the end of the season.
And the future, right?
And eventually the future. But I don't want to start with their postseason press conference.
We don't have to. I mean, we've been on the air for an hour.
I know. I feel like the LeBron stuff is very interesting.
How about we go to break so we can do it then?
All right, let's do that.
Yeah. Hey, first, if you're injured in any kind of accident, I mean, Cappy almost had to call Jacob. Think about that. Cappy, if you would have actually crashed and not killed you and Morales, what you would have had to have called 844-24-JACOB.
And by the way, George, I don't know if you saw this or not last night, Jacob made a cameo in the Cappy Lappy. Did you see it?
Oh, I did, yeah.
Jacob is quite the talent, I'll say that.
He's a very talented man.
Yes,
and he can take care of you if you get into an accident. So, Cappy, hopefully you don't get into an accident, don't catch air next time, and almost don't kill yourself and Morales. But if you do, or if you out there happen to be in any of those scenarios, and you get into the accident, call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB. Here's the deal. You get injured in an accident, first call, the other person's insurance. It's someone like Cappy's insurance because he's the one that, like, flew into you, okay? They want to give you money. Don't fall for the trick. They're offering you money to replace or repair your vehicle, but will that cover your medical bills? How about lost wages for missing work? No. Okay? That's not happening. That's why you get into an accident, you call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 send you. Shouldn't be paying any money out of your pocket to fix your car. See a doctor. What if you're missing work and your paycheck's less? Don't do this to yourself. Call Jacob, man. You get into an accident. 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 send you. Jacob will deal with the insurance company, help with the rental car, schedule the doctor's appointments with nothing coming out of pocket. That's right. Don't pay a dime while Jacob helps take care of you, get you the settlement you deserve. Guys, a lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. Man, you call Jacob, he'll win for you. Call him at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or visit him online at calljacob.com.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Hey, it's Mace, and there's no better place to watch sports than Cosm. The Cosm Dome has got massive high-resolution display. It creates the ultimate immersive experience with a massive wraparound screen that throws you in the middle of the action. The Cosm Hall features wall-to-wall exciting games. Catch all the heart-pounding excitement of both the NBA and NHL playoffs. Secure your tickets now at Cosm. That's COSM.com and experience the game like never before. Cosm.com.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
710 ESPN.
Sedano and Kap for your afternoon right now on 710 ESPN.
It's time for what you need to know.
Let's do it. What you need to know right now.
What you need to know is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Linz, before you take it away, you had said to me I was on very intense calls during the break. So after we did the first segment, when we were talking about the JJ presser, and I was giving constructive feedback to Rashawn, who I love. Like, I think the kid is fantastic. I think he's great on the G League games of the South Bay Lakers. He's great on the Sparks. He's great at KTLA. It was just a little bit of professional, courtesy feedback. He can tell me to go bleep off. I mean, it's fine. Like, he earned that right. But anyway, so I got a call from Coach Dave Miller, who was like yelling at me, like, JJ was in the wrong, blah, blah. And I just said, look, I don't disagree with that. Cappy said that. I agree. I don't feel like the way JJ handled it was the proper way to handle it. I just said that I think that even that the question could have been phrased a little differently. It wouldn't have elicited that response. Is my point.
I love that he called you during the show.
Well, wait a second.
He knew I was going to break because he was listening.
And also, Coach Dave Miller is blowing me up on on text, and Coach and I are having this exact conversation, and he's saying, and this is the important part of it, the young man who asked the question that JJ blew up on.
Yeah, I just said he does the G League and the Sparks.
I know. Point being, he's a Laker employee.
I don't think he's an employee. I could be wrong.
By the way, so could I. Point is, he's very close to the Lakers as an organization because they own the Sparks and they own the G League team.
Well, they don't own the Sparks.
Oh, okay. Check that then.
Yeah.
I stand corrected. Yeah. But you understand my point? Like, if he's close like that, they
he's
own
on KTLA, man. Everybody's watching KTLA.
I mean, come on, man. Hey, JJ, lighten up, bro.
Rashawn Haylock. I like Rashawn Haylock. He's good.
Lighten up, Francis is right, Lindsay.
Look, I bet you he probably looks back like, I probably shouldn't have done that.
Well, he looked like a jerk.
It didn't look nice. So anyway, Lindsay, what do you got?
Well, I was just going to tell you guys that Disneyland is having the 70th. They're doing the 70th anniversary celebration coming up.
Oh yeah.
And next week, they're going to have like this crazy 70th anniversary food menu. So it's a very good time to go to Disney because they're adding all kinds of crazy stuff. They've got like, they're doing like extended menus in every land, in every restaurant, like the Blue Bayou restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Even
how long does it last?
It lasts it doesn't say, it just says it kicks off next week.
Oh, the reason I ask is because I plan on going to Disney like the end of May.
Oh,
of course,
well, it'll still be there. It'll still be there.
Of course, I'm gonna have to ask you how to get tickets and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying it's a good time to go to Disneyland because they're doing all kinds of new entertainment. They're going to do a new parade for it. So yeah, go watch them celebrate 70 years of Disneyland. It's a long time.
Yeah,
right.
No doubt about it. All right, that is what you need to know. Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever
we
you are.
should do a show field trip there.
Sure.
We should do a broadcast from there.
Yeah, we should. Let's make it happen.
Tell Tommy.
Tommy, get on that, please.
Shouts out to you.
Please. You tell him, Linz. Get on
I said
it, Tommy.
Please, I asked. Please.
I know you asked nicely, but get on it, please.
Real quick, you guys were just talking about JJ and him getting mad and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that Perk, like, doing a JJ impression was really funny. Even though his criticism is valid, I think it's funny how he's like, "Oh, I'm JJ Redick."
This is what Perk was saying?
Yeah. You want me to play it?
Oh, he was on SportsCenter with Van Pelt.
Oh, I would love to hear that.
Yeah,
I would love to
hear
hear
that. JJ.
Let's
I'll
hear
play that real quick.
Hey, I'm JJ Redick.
I know basketball more than anybody in the world. I'm going to stick with this small ball lineup. No matter how big the Minnesota Timberwolves are, I'm going to do it my way because I only care about offense. Forget the fact that they have Rudy and Julius Randle has been punishing us in the paint. Jaden McDaniels has been going off in this series. I'm going to stick with a 40-year-old LeBron James playing the center position. And guess what? If Finney Smith gets in foul trouble, I'm going to go with Maxi Kleber. I'm going to bring him into the game and hope that he can go in there and mix it up. Scott, it was ridiculous. I never want to do this and blame a series on one individual, but I have to blame this series on J.J. Redick.
Okay,
Tell him, Perk.
Here's
Tell
what
him.
I would say.
Tell him, Perk.
I love Perk.
Get him.
Get him, Perk.
And I hate to be the one to because again, I don't agree with. I've told you I didn't agree with going with 5 guys for 24 minutes.
Hell no.
But what I would say to you is this: he is smart enough to realize he looked at his team and he said, "This is my best chance to win." And again, it didn't work. And when you swing big, you miss big too. Okay, and he missed big. Okay, and it was one shot. Yeah. One shot changes everything. But that's life as the head coach of any organization, and certainly the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. Yeah. And he gets that. But, and I would push back on that he only cares about offense. That is 100% not true. I can say that as someone who has been in many production meetings with him as a head coach here now over the last season. And I would think that, honestly, he talks way more about defense than he does about offense.
Well, let me just make a comment here. And by the way, I'm gonna expect that what I'm about to say to you is going to get you very, very angry at me.
Come on,
okay?
Cap. Don't do that to me.
No,
Come
it's
on,
true.
Cap, don't do that to me.
No, George, listen to me.
Yeah.
What I'm about to say to you is probably going to get you very angry at me.
Okay, go ahead.
But I'm going to try and keep cool in all of this. You ready?
Right.
When Maxi Kleber comes in the game, take it easy, George. That reeks of desperation.
Oh, no, I would agree with that. I'm not. Here's what I would say.
Wait a second.
I had less of an issue early in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever, a couple minutes, see what it's got. You know me. If you're going to experiment in a game, give it to me early. Let's see what it looks like.
And that's why I said to you, somewhat jokingly, start him. Just this way you get him out there and get him a little bit of run. But here's the thing. When Kleber comes in the game, let's just remember, my phone started to blow up with people going, when the hell did Maxi Kleber get on this team? I'm like, he was part of that Luka trade, but he's not played 1 minute, not 1 second. He's not put on a Laker uniform. He didn't play in one game. And here we are in game 5, a desperation do-or-die game, and you're going to put that guy on the floor now?
In the last few minutes, I was kind of surprised. I would have gone with Vanderbilt. He did eventually, by the way, very quickly thereafter. But I guess his theory is and he talked about this in the postgame, he's on a very tight minutes restriction. My guess is less than 10 minutes. And I guess he wanted to see if he could hit a shot. And had he hit a corner 3, then it would have been worth it, but he didn't.
He emphasized that in the presser, too. That
right.
He wished he made that corner 3.
He missed it. I mean, he had a good look. He missed it.
Yeah, but
and then he went with Vanderbilt. But here's the thing. Do you know, again, this goes back to the conversation about the 5 guys, okay? Which, again, I don't agree with, but I understand it, okay? It's not condoning the behavior. It's explaining the behavior. So here's what I'll tell you. You know what he looked at down the bench? He's like, the only quote-unquote big I have left that I actually would consider playing are the guy who hasn't practiced yet and played 3 minutes in the first half, or Jared Vanderbilt, who's an excellent defender, but literally doesn't want to shoot the ball. Okay? I don't want to be mean here, but Ben Simmons, because he was a max player and the first player in the draft, took a lot of heat over the years for passing up shots literally right there at the rim. Okay? And you know what Jared Vanderbilt does? I don't want to say he's exactly like Ben Simmons in some ways, but in that particular way, he passes up a lot of shots that are very easy for pretty much any basketball player that would be on the floor in that situation. So if I can see that, the untrained eye of George Sedano, I'm pretty sure the guy who played basketball for 15 years in the NBA and is a head coach in the NBA now, although being in his first year, sees the same thing.
All right, well, see, now you're starting to heat up, which I like, but the problem with you heating up right now is that I haven't even gotten to what's really going to make you mad.
Okay.
Because here's the thing about Kleber. It's 91.
It's Kleber.
I understand, but I
Kleber.
can't help it.
Kleber.
But here's the thing.
It's spelled Kleber.
Kleber.
But it's
I know.
Kleber.
At 91 to 80. By the way, nobody knows who he is anyway, so what does it matter?
What are you talking about?
It's 91 to 88, right? There's 4 minutes and 28 seconds to go in the game.
Correct.
It's a 3-point game.
Yes.
What is he doing on the floor? Now,
I get it.
now,
Yes.
now here's the thing.
Yes.
Here's what you just said.
Right.
You said when he looks down the bench, he sees a guy, like Jared Vanderbilt, right? But you know who's sitting next to Jared Vanderbilt?
Jackson Hayes is unplayable.
George.
No.
George.
Absolutely
you can
not.
Listen to me. You can tell me he's unplayable.
Unplayable. You agreed
Hell
with
no.
me 24 hours ago.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Hell no.
And you see, this is where I knew you were going to get mad at me.
Because you literally agreed with me 24 hours ago and for days about how he's unplayable.
No. Here's what I said. He's not playing well at all. He's not producing at all. And if you remember, I asked both Richard Jefferson and Kendrick Perkins, I asked both of them, can you explain what has happened here? How can a guy go from being your starting center after
He
the
was
Anthony
your
Davis
starting
trade?
center because they had no one else big enough, tall enough to play the position. And he at least
understand.
gave Luka a safety valve as a lob threat. But at this stage, when you have game planning day in and day out, and there's all this emphasis on what guys do specifically, and the details matter so much in the playoffs. This is not the regular season.
See, I knew you were going to get mad, but hold on. I'm not done yet. Listen to me. When you play Maxi Kleber,
I trust Maxi Kleber, who's played in a Western Conference Finals before and an NBA Finals. I don't trust Jackson Hayes. He's not good.
Hell no.
Keep it going, because like I said, I still haven't
now
even.
You made me say something mean about the kid who's played the best he's ever played in his NBA career, because this is what you do.
I didn't do anything.
Okay. Well, I'll disagree with you on that.
Thing you're not here.
I hit it right
to
on the
catch that
nose.
strike.
Bullseye.
It was a perfect throw. I hope you guys are watching on YouTube. So here's the thing, though. Let me just say it like this. You can tell me he's unplayable. You can tell me about details. You can tell me about game planning. You can tell me about all of those things, but I don't look at it that way. Okay?
Are we serious right now?
We're very serious right now. Let me ask you this question, George Sedano. In game one of this series, who started at center?
Yeah, there's a reason he stopped playing him over time,
okay,
Cappy.
but I'm just going to ask a question here. Just let
Right,
let me-
and they
let
got
me-
their asses kicked.
Okay, let me lead the witness a little bit. Game one, who started?
Jackson Hayes.
Game two, who started?
He started every game until yesterday.
Okay, that's important. It's an important point.
Right. But you know what happened?
Oh, my God.
Do you know what happened when Jackson Hayes was on the floor?
Yeah, I can look at the numbers and see, but he was a negative pretty much every time he was on the
Not
floor.
only that, they literally couldn't score.
Okay, but hold on.
He played himself out of rotation. No disrespect, but he did. He played himself out of rotation.
That's totally
See, you
fine.
know ball.
Yeah, but it's not. This isn't about ball.
It's ball talk.
This is not about ball. This is about.
Don't make me throw this one, too.
No, don't throw a second
What's
one. I
the
don't want you to hurt the
discrepancy?
equipment. I don't want you to hurt the equipment. Here's the issue. The issue is this. Like I said from the beginning of this segment, the second they put Kleber on the floor, that reeked of desperation.
No question. I
Okay?
agree, but that's the point, is that they were desperate.
Okay, but hold on. In the 4 previous games, and in probably the 30 previous games, other than when Jackson Hayes missed a couple because he was injured, he was the starting center of this team.
Great.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes.
Did he make any contribution during the regular season to helping the Lakers get to the 3 seed?
Sure, in the regular season.
Okay, so he helped the team during the regular season. Agreed?
Sure, in the
Okay.
regular season.
So here's
in spurts, though. In spurts. I
Right,
wouldn't
but
say
not
as a whole.
Right, but it wasn't like anything. He
Guys,
has
I'm not-
Luka Doncic and LeBron James throwing lobs to him.
I'm not telling you guys. You just understand what I'm saying here. And by the way, I knew you were going to get very upset, which is why I'm going to try and remain super, super opposite end of the spectrum and stay really calm, okay? I'm not going to meet your anger. Here's the thing. When you have a team, this is all you got. This is how we got here. This is what we've got. That's it. You can't make moves now. Okay? Yes, Kleba came back from injury, and they should never have played him last night because he hadn't practiced, essentially. He hadn't played, et cetera, et cetera. The Jackson Hayes was a part of getting you here.
I'll give you a perfect analogy on the other side as to why what JJ did with Jackson Hayes made all the sense in the world. And I can tell you a championship coach that I covered, okay, that did that in the middle of the playoffs, okay, and completely changed the trajectory of not only that season, changed the trajectory of several seasons. I'll do that on the other side. But first, you know what I'm going to do, Cappy?
I knew you were going to get fired up.
Despite that,
I'm not even done with you yet, by the way.
I may send you some books.
Oh, that would be lovely.
You know why? Because Mother's Day's almost here, and you're nagging me like my mom used to when I couldn't get out of bed in time to get to school.
Let me tell you what I should do. I should do what your mom used to do to you. I should pull your pants down and smack your tuchus with a shoe.
She actually hit me with a broom once.
Okay, I should take my broom and hit you for getting so crazy.
Yeah.
Don't you disrespect your mother.
Despite that, Mom did take care of me when I had was sick and all that stuff. And,
little vaporub, right?
Yeah, exactly. And everything, to make me happy. And in turn, I got to return the favor now. So sending Mom a happy Mother's Day flowers from Books, short for bouquets. That's BOUQS.com, Books.com. 25% off if you use the promo code ESPN. We're hooking you up. Only if you listen to Sedano and Kap. It's very simple. Books just aren't any flowers. Cut fresh from the best farms. Bigger, brighter, will last way longer. Even on the side of volcanoes, some of these flowers are growing, okay? Wow, Mom, with a bright, happy bouquet from Books. Get a flower subscription, so that way it's on repeat, man. You don't even have to worry about this stuff, okay? It's also easy if you want to do just a one-time deal, too. I pick my Books and my delivery date, and I'm already done. All done for Mom, for Abuela, for my wifey, tia, your cousin, your sister. All good. 25% off, and why stop with Mom? You heard those people I said? Get something for your wife, your auntie, your grandma. Be a nice boy, okay? Look, guys, you can't forget Mom. It's May 11th, Mother's Day. It's literally 10 days away now. Order your Books now. Go to Books.com. Use the promo code ESPN for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code ESPN. That's Books, promo code ESPN.
From a 2-0 series lead to a 3-2 hole, the Kings season is on the line tonight in Edmonton.
We got to go win a hockey game. They took it away from us. We got to go win a hockey game and take it back. That's just the way it goes. I mean, there's no tricks here. We've proven we're a pretty good hockey team. Go there and take it back because they just took it away from us.
Kings, Oilers. It's a do or die Game 6 for LA tonight at 7 on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
At Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, every Subaru is designed to take you further while protecting what matters most. Like the new 2024 Subaru Solterra EV with 0% financing or a new 2025 Subaru Outback with 3.9% financing. Ocean Subaru, where every journey leads to something greater.
With approved credit through Subaru Motors Finance, not all buyers or vehicles will qualify. Plus tax, tag, title, and dock fee. Zero security deposit. See dealer for complete details. Expires 5/13/2025.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? With a new owner, fresh renovations, and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GAR-001292. GAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood, carpet, and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
And it is Sedano and Kap here Thursday afternoon, a Therapy Thursday as we recover from last night. You could call it Global Love Day, which is today, Global Love Day. And how about this, on this day in 1986, let's pick it up a little bit. The #1 hit, the one and only Robert Palmer, Addicted to Love. I was addicted to when Trudell nudged me yesterday. That felt good, I gotta be honest. Sedano and Kap continues here Thursday afternoon right now.
Oh, I love this video, too. Remember this video,
Yeah.
Cappy?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
With all the young ladies playing the guitar?
Yep, they were all wearing
exactly
black.
the same?
Yep, they all had their hair pulled back and their makeup
like a
exactly the
business
same.
suit. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Hey, by the way, Mike Trudell made an appearance last night in the Cappy Lappy.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, George, I should tell you this right now. This is something you probably need to know. DeAndre is now best friends with Kevin Harlan.
That's right. That
right
is
between the eyes. There you go. I love it.
DeAndre said to me, he goes, Cap, before this Cappy Lappy ends, I must meet Kevin Harlan. I said, you got it, man. We walked right up to Kev.
Yeah.
Kev, I said, Kev, I got to introduce you to my guy. He's playing security guard for us tonight. And he goes, well, that's the job I used to do for you all the time. And the next thing you know, Kevin Harlan and DeAndre and I are now on a group chat, and there is nothing but love going on in that
love
group
it.
chat.
I love it.
Yeah. Hell to the yes, right.
He's an excellent human being.
He really is a lovely person.
Hell yeah.
So let me just get back to you for 1 second on this Maxi Kleba thing versus Jackson Hayes.
Yes.
Okay, here's the deal.
Right. I mean, you called it desperate, which I don't disagree with.
It was a desperation move.
But again, it goes to show you how desperate he was and how little belief he had in what he had available to him.
Okay, all I'm going to say is this. Jackson Hayes, when Anthony Davis was traded, Jackson Hayes became the starting center of the Lakers. You guys have told me, hey, playoff basketball is different than regular season basketball. I've asked every analyst we've had, what happened to Jackson Hayes? Gotten everybody's opinion on that. Here's my opinion. He played in all these games, the first 4 games. He started all 4 of these games. Played about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. Not really very good. No offensive contribution whatsoever. A couple of rebounds here and there. But he wasn't scoring, and all the lob threat stuff that we were hearing about during the regular season was gone. All of it. But last night, when Rudy Gobert is having the absolute game of his life because the Lakers don't have one guy, I don't care how tall LeBron is, how heavy LeBron is, he ain't nearly as big as Rudy Gobert. Rui Hachimura, after the game, they asked him about playing a different position or playing out of position. Rui's like, I'm doing the best I can, but that's not really who I am, you know? So they did not have anybody. I understand that Jackson Hayes did not play well.
Right.
He didn't play long. He didn't make much of an offensive contribution. But he is the guy that helped get you there. And unfortunately, just like in a baseball team, you run out of pitching, so you do whatever you can because you're in desperation mode. If you're an NFL team and you're running out of offensive linemen, you do whatever you can. This is a guy who is healthy. He helped you get there, and you've got to ride with who helped you get there.
That's a bunch of
for 4 minutes or 5
dumbest-
minutes
No,
or
that's
8
so
minutes
dumb.
or whatever it
No,
is.
that's
You've
dumb.
got. He should have given him at least 4 or 5 minutes. He should have gone in and played against Gobert.
Okay.
Whether he fouls him or elbows him in the face or something.
That is,
you should have. And let me tell you what he
as
did.
uninformed
He
an
destroyed.
opinion as
No,
you could have.
sir.
Yes.
And he should have. Let me tell you something right now. Uninformed, I will accept that because here's why. Because I knew that what would happen in this conversation would be, you're there, you're in the games, you're with the coaches, you're with the players, you're much closer to it, and you know a lot more about it. But here's what I know. I know human team dynamics. And in this case, and remember, I'm a heart and soul guy.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Don't forget
So when
that.
he goes minus 13 or minus 11 again,
But
like
let me
he
ask
did
you
in
this.
those 7 minutes that he did in games 1 and 3, then what happens?
George, you ride with who got
bro.
you there.
That's
Well,
the
let me ask you
definition
this.
of insanity.
Let me ask you this. Hey, well, let me ask you, did they win last night? Were they better last
Right.
night without him? Were they better without him?
No, but
okay,
they weren't. But they weren't.
They
but
might
they
have been
weren't
better
worse.
with him. But they might have been better with him, though. But we don't know.
No, they
Let
were.
me ask you this:
Come on, man.
Did JJ? Let me
like
ask you
what?
this.
But you have no actual facts to back this up other than
No,
other than a hunch.
No, my fact is that he was the starter for the first 4 games. Let me ask you:
Right.
did they punish him last night? Did they
did not
intentionally
punish
humiliate him last night?
No.
Like what?
Yo,
why
this
would
isn't,
you?
This isn't about punishing or humiliation. You got to know this is a do or die elimination game,
Right.
Which
and
means
he's one of the guys that helped you get there.
Which not really.
Okay.
No.
He
Like
wasn't
you
on the
could
floor
have
every
literally
night.
plugged any 7-foot guy,
But they didn't have any.
Right. So again, it was the best of the worst options.
They should have played him over Maxi Kleber.
Okay, well, let me give you an example of a team I covered, okay? With
go
LeBron James, as a matter of fact, when he hadn't even won a championship yet, okay?
All right, go ahead.
And a young head coach named Eric Spoelstra, you want to know some of the guys he was rolling out at center in year 2, okay? He was rolling out starter Joel Anthony, okay? He was rolling out this kid from Texas named Dexter Pittman, who's most famous for playing and starting a playoff game in Indiana and literally lasting like 35 seconds or whatever it was because he picked up like 3 fouls, okay? And then you know what he did? He looked at his bench and he said, I'm not going to play Dexter Pittman anymore or Eddie Curry, who was on the team, or Joel Anthony. He just said, I know that Chris Bosh is literally coming off a torn rib cage muscle or whatever it is, but I'd rather roll with a 50% Chris Bosh at center who's never played center and play Shane Battier. Granted, I know these guys are way better than Maxi Kleber, okay? I don't think Maxi Kleber is a bad player by any stretch of the imagination. As a matter of fact, I think he's a very good role player. But my point is this. Shane Battier was you want to talk about undersized power forward in the year 2012? I mean, Shane Battier maybe weighed 210 pounds, okay? And this is when David West was still playing power forward at 245 or 250. And he was playing against those dudes, and people thought Spoelstra was crazy, okay, when he did that stuff. But he did it out of desperation because there was no other answers because he was tired of watching Eddie Curry and Dexter Pittman and Joel Anthony line up at center and the offense looking like garbage. And that's exactly what the Lakers offense looked like, garbage. So when Perk says that he doesn't care about defense, that's not true because Jackson Hayes is not a rim protector to begin with.
Good job. Good rant. But here's the thing. Very good rant. I actually kind of also would be curious to see what Maxi Kleber would have been had he played 5 or 10 games with the Lakers.
100%. He'd actually probably be very helpful.
He's a big dude. He's strong. He's built. I mean,
he defends. He's actually a better defender than he is an offensive player.
And he did throw an elbow into Gobert's face early when he first got into the game. The thing I'm trying to say to you is this. This goes back to Game 4.
Go ahead.
When you don't use any substitutions, my biggest concern about yesterday's game was twofold. One, your top 5 guys are probably going to be exhausted. That's the first part. And two, the guys that might have to come off the bench and actually play for you, their confidence is probably shook. And it's amazing to me that
then you can't be a professional basketball player.
Okay,
man.
well, listen.
If your confidence is shook, you can't be a professional basketball player.
But isn't it interesting that JJ, he doesn't hear the media talking, yet a guy like Gabe Vincent is in the game with like 2 minutes to go.
Again, I told you yesterday, Gabe Vincent's not going to be fazed by that. Gabe Vincent came up through, he was a gaucho at UC Santa Barbara, wasn't drafted, had to play through the G League, sat on the bench for years, was also yanked in and out of the lineup plenty of times when he was with the Heat, even in the year he went to the finals and was more solidified as a starter on that particular team. So, again, you're not going to faze those guys because that guy is a pro. He gets his role. He gets that he's not a star player. Like, you got to play a role. You got to be ready. You got to keep yourself ready all the time, and that's what a guy like Gabe does, which is why Gabe is not fazed by that stuff.
And a guy like Jackson Hayes, oh, by the way, handled himself with tremendous class
Yes, he
after
did.
the game.
Agreed.
When asked about not playing. But let me just tell you something. That's a guy that played in all those games, scored all those points, had all those dunks, was a part of your team. And on the last day, in desperation mode, you said, you know what? I won't even give you 5 minutes. I'll take a guy that has never put on our uniform, and I'll put him in the game. And I'm just telling you right now, George, in my opinion, it was a terrible mistake, okay? I think that there's no doubt that Jackson Hayes could have, if nothing else, could have at least tried to rebound the ball against Rudy Gobert. There was nobody. He could do whatever he wanted to do in that game. You guys can tell me about all the X's and O's stuff and tell me how uninformed I am.
We're going to disagree.
I'm here to – well, that's just it, is that you're not going to be able to persuade me, and I'm definitely not going to be able to persuade you.
I have facts on my side, so at least there's that.
What are those facts?
I'm okay
that Eric Spoelstra once did this?
Cappy, it's not just Eric Spoelstra. I just gave you the numbers on Jackson Hayes literally through 4 games. He's like a -20 for the series.
He played in all 4 of those games.
So what? He played poorly.
I told you I was going to get you mad. By the way, I haven't even really gotten you mad yet because you want to know my next big take?
Oh, for the love.
You want to know what my next big take is?
No, I don't. After Radio Tinder.
Oh, because this one's going to really make you nuts.
Happy, all
Thank
I'm
God
say
we have
is
Tinder and Dr. Clapper so I can talk to somebody with some sense.
Oh, my God.
desperate times mean
this
desperate
one.
measures.
Oh, this one's going to really kill you. This one's going to really get you
I
crazy.
thought you wanted to talk about LeBron 30 minutes ago.
Oh, I do. I still want to get to LeBron because what LeBron did last night was also ridiculous. Not just in the game. His post-game press conference, oh, my God, LeBron, please, man. Please, bro. Jeez, LeBron. My God. Seriously, LeBron, come on. God, I loved Anthony Edwards walking over to LA Live last night, walking through the JW.
Now, that was
Marriott,
funny.
Just owning everybody.
That was
funny. He deserved to take that victory lap.
Yeah. And you want to talk about a guy who...
How y'all gonna be with me? I just sent y'all. Hey, how they gonna do that? Man, they been talking all week. Hey, all the analysts said what they say. Lakers in 5. And then look, when we was up 3-1, they said Lakers in 7. Ain't they say that? Go to hell today. Hey, what is it? Hey, the good guy gonna die in this movie. Hey, the good guy gonna die in this movie.
Hey, you mentioned Morris Chestnut. Is that your favorite movie, Boys in the Hood?
Nah, that ain't my favorite movie. My favorite movie, Matilda.
Matilda?
All right. By the way, why does it have to be Boys in the Hood, TMZ guy or whoever was asking that?
Because the only Morris Chestnut movie he knew, apparently.
First of all, Anthony Edwards, 23 years old. I'm surprised he even knew who Morris Chestnut was.
Right. He ain't know about no Boys in the Hood, I'll tell you that right now.
Matilda is a freaking classic, okay?
No, Boys in the Hood is a life-changing film.
It is, too. But Matilda, if you're of a certain age, is a classic. Danny DeVito directed it. It came out, I want to say, mid to late 90s. It was a great movie.
Boy, what I'm going to tell you next is just going to make your heart jump right out of your
can we just
chest.
go to Radio Tinder before I choke you out, through the, telecommunication?
Oh, that's great.
I'm going to go get some water. How about that? What do you think?
I think we should hit this break.
Yeah, because we still have Clapper to do.
Yeah.
You're taking away time from Clapper Vision.
I'm not trying to.
Yes, you are. Go to break, DeAndre.
And it is a Therapy Thursday here on 710 ESPN and on the all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube all day long at ESPN Los Angeles. We're here for you all day. Your reaction, your interaction, and what do we do next? Come on, Lakers fans. This is your home of Lakers basketball and your home today of a Therapy Thursday all day long on LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, you feel it? Days are getting longer, sun is getting warmer. Looks like our SoCal summer is right around the corner. Here in California, we are all about choosing chill. From hitting the beach to the best hiking trails to going all out to support our teams. One thing really all ties it together, and that's enjoying it all with good friends and a cold Coors Light. Pick up Coors Light near you or get it delivered to your door today. Visit CAChooseChill.com to learn more. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation.
I'm Doug Hopkins.
And I'm Damon Lyons.
And we want to buy your house.
After 30 years and more than 20,000 transactions, Seller's Advantage knows how to get you more for your home.
No agent fees, no commissions, just an as-is cash offer.
Call Seller's Advantage or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Founded by Premier Physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Inheriting a home can be overwhelming. Between repairs and the time it takes to get everything ready to sell, it can feel like more trouble than it's worth. That's where Seller's Advantage comes in. One real customer who inherited a home shared their experience, and I quote, "We had an inheritance from a relative. It would have taken us a lot of time, money, and headaches to get the property in shape to sell. I heard about Seller's Advantage from a radio commercial and decided to give them a try. Their offer was reasonable, and we accepted it. They took care of all the physical effort and legal complexities. We closed within 3 weeks. I would highly recommend them to anyone," end quote. No matter what your reason for selling, call Seller's Advantage today at 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, or use the website sellersadvantage.com for your free, no obligation cash offer. Sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
And it is Sedano Kap your Thursday afternoon. A Therapy Thursday. We'll take a time out from the therapy because it's Radio Tinder time. We like to play a TV theme. How about this? On this day in 1999, SpongeBob SquarePants premiered on Nickelodeon. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. How about our new sponsor, the Crazy Hernandez Brothers? If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal. No gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR, FLOOR. Or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. Take it away, Finisa Lindsay.
I'm stealing your flooring from the Crazy Hernandez Brothers. Cappy. Is he not there?
This is such a catchy TV song.
Yeah. I love SpongeBob. I don't watch it like super regularly, but
They always have adult jokes in there, like
oh my God,
parent jokes.
Yeah, my you know who used to love SpongeBob SquarePants? Michael Beasley. He used to always talk. He's been on like 20 teams, but every time I talk, the one thing I had like that I knew I could talk to him about was SpongeBob SquarePants because he was like a huge fan of SpongeBob SquarePants. Anyway,
Kyrie's a big SpongeBob fan.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I'll bring that up next time.
He had a Kyrie
collab.
Fours. Yeah, he had
a collab.
SpongeBob Kyrie Fours.
Oh, I did not know
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm. I did not know that.
I did not know that. Cappy, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. That is weird, wacky, wild stuff.
I'm here. Let me take away your Hernandez flooring that I was going to steal.
Wait, you're taking my Hernandez flooring?
I'm going to steal it.
Why?
Just because you're being a jerk face.
No, I'm just being. I'm trying to explain sports to you. You don't understand sports.
Oh, got it. Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
And you especially don't understand basketball. That's for damn sure.
Well, first off, they hired him.
Tell him, Wendy.
Wendy went off today.
Oh my God, that was pretty funny.
We got to hear that.
I did text him today, by the way, and
no, he's not.
I'm
He's
just
already
saying,
said everything he needs to
yeah,
say.
and I know he's busy, but I know Cappy wanted to tell him all about his Cappy Lappy shenanigans,
Yeah,
and he
no,
said,
we could save Wendy for another
yeah,
day.
yeah.
I love Wendy.
Well, we know you do, Cappy.
Yeah,
I do
go ahead,
too.
Linz.
All right, so Bill Belichick, his relationship with his 24-year-old girlfriend.
This is weird, man.
Yeah, so his relationship with her has been making headlines lately, but now it's also sparking concern from his friends, including Charles Barkley, who was asked about Bill on the Dan Patrick Show this morning.
I'm not sure what's going on. He's been a great friend for me for a long time. We've been friends since he coached for the Browns. From what I'm hearing, it's starting to be a very slippery slope. And I never talk about people's personal relationship. That's another rule I got. But I will admit I'm a little concerned with some of the stuff that's going on. And I might actually reach out to him and make sure everything's good. But I am concerned from what I'm hearing because, it's not a good look right now. I'll admit that.
Well, there's the story in the New York Post, right? About have you seen this?
Yes.
Tell me. Let me hear.
Do you know it, Linz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you guys if
Well, let me do that before you ask.
Okay.
So, Cappy, you can look it up yourself. The story in the New York Post that shortly after she started dating Belichick, all of a sudden she bought like almost $8 million worth of property in the greater New England area.
Yeah, I've heard this. Yeah.
Yeah. So, people are wondering, like, wait, where did those $8 million come from?
Right.
We know where they came from.
So do you guys agree with Chuck that something isn't right with Bill Belichick? Because now people aren't just like saying, okay, this is ridiculous. Is this woman like controlling his life? There are people that have these crazy theories like he's in some kind of cult or that maybe he's got some kind of like dementia or something and that he's mentally deteriorating and this woman is like taking over.
No,
so,
I don't think it's any of those things.
You think that he's...
I think it's just she's an attractive young woman and he's an older gentleman and they both have needs.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I kind of agree with George here. I feel like, let me ask everybody this. If she were 50 years old, would we be having this conversation?
Well, his previous girlfriend was a beautiful woman.
Who was a little older.
Who was probably like around that age, Cappy.
Yeah.
She was a knockout.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize they had broken up, to be honest with you.
But if he were dating a 50-year-old woman and the 50-year-old woman had spent $8 million on real estate, or the 50-year-old woman was standing there during the CBS interview, or the 50-year-old woman were taking over his social media, if the woman were 50, would we be having this conversation? What do you guys think?
I think considering...
I still think we'd be having it, maybe not to this extent.
Right.
The age does play a factor, but it's not the only factor.
It's such a complete 180 from what he's always been.
Yeah.
And, like, obviously the fact that he's got close friends that are now speaking out publicly saying that they think something's wrong.
Tell me.
If his kids start saying stuff.
Well, his kids can't because he's like they're the gravy train
but
with him.
if somebody breaks free and says, I'm concerned for my dad, then I would have real concerns.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, I'm going to just say it very honestly.
Yeah.
It's creepy. The relationship between the two of them is creepy. He's 72, she's 24. It's not the first time we've seen an older guy with a young girl. We've seen this before.
I mean, listen, we live in L.A. Hugh Hefner,
Yeah, but this
that
one's
was creepy.
But this one seems super creepy. And her being like the boss lady, that seems really bizarre. But maybe he's thinking to himself, hey, listen, you handle all this so I can go coach football.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he should like fall into 9 wins because North Carolina has like one of the easiest schedules in America. So
I like Ted Johnson, the former linebacker for the Patriots, who's now a radio host, saying that North Carolina should fire him now just for bringing this attention to their school.
Like, he's like, this is already a huge distraction and a huge problem. That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of his old players. Yeah. All right. We're just going to have to do one because we got to get the clapper.
Oh, really?
All right. Yeah. That's Radio Tinder, brought to you by the Crazy Hernandez brothers. Brought to you by Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring like Cappy was, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal. No gimmicks. Call them at 866-62-FLOOR. That's 866-62-FLOOR. Or go to the web, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. That's HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. So do what Cappy did. Get yourself some flooring. If you need flooring, call the Crazy Hernandez brothers. Tell them Sedano and the crew at 710 sent you. 866-62-FLOOR. All right, we'll talk to Clapper. I actually want to talk to Clapper about a couple things. I know he wants to talk about Dame, and that's fine. We can talk about Dame.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to him was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask him, I have a theory about LeBron that I want to ask him about. LeBron had an injury in Boston what was it, like almost a month and a half ago now? Mm-hmm. And I am genuinely curious to get his thoughts on that injury and the prognosis of being able to do some of the things you need to do on a basketball floor. I also want to ask about Luka, and particularly when it comes to the back thing that he was dealing with yesterday and trying to play through that. Yeah. So we'll talk to Clapper for a couple minutes. Stick around, 710 ESPN.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Back tomorrow at 9 a.m. after Clinton and Friends.
I always wanted to be on the field crew for baseball.
Yeah,
I never got to do it. I want to do that.
So here's when the kids were in like Little League, doing field prep is the sweet spot.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
Because it's
dragging the field.
Peaceful.
Yeah.
It's quiet. You're outside.
That's
it's
cool.
Sunny. I love it.
Turning on the sprinkler.
Spraying the dirt with the hose.
Love it.
Dragging the field.
I bet when you
got to
bring out when it rains and you got to bring out the tarp.
Oh, no.
I always wanted to do that.
That looks like hard work. I'd like to avoid
fun.
hard work.
And I would mess it up and I'd get run over by the tarp.
It happens occasionally where somebody stumbles and they just, by the way, that would be terrifying. Stuck underneath that thing. Right? That's not like a piece of saran wrap. That is a heavy-duty piece of like vinyl or whatever it is.
I may have to bring out the Rambo
scary.
blade.
I would lose my damn mind if I got run over by that cylinder.
I'm getting claustrophobic.
That would be crazy.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco
on 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game, avnergatt.com.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installations with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
And it is Sedano and Kap. Good Thursday afternoon. It's Therapy Thursday. How about this? It's National Purebred Dog Day. And on this day in 1994, Ace of Base released the single, The Sign. Sedano and Kap continues your Thursday afternoon right now.
I saw the sign, Cappy.
I know you did.
And it opened up my eyes.
Did it really?
It did. I saw the sign that they needed to make sure they benched Jackson Hayes because it was a disaster. Right, Dr. Clapper?
Tell him, Doc. You should have gotten 4 or 5 minutes at least. Come on.
Yeah.
Guy helped you get there. And you can't play him in the last game. You started him for the first 4 games, but he doesn't play 1 minute in the last game. Humiliated the kid.
Some way, we're not getting the whole story about Jackson Hayes.
Oh, really? You think there's more to it?
I do. It's too obvious. The fact that you and I can look at the bench and come up with these crazy ideas, there's something going on.
Yeah, he's not good.
Yeah.
I feel like JJ was punishing him.
Yeah, Clapper, let me ask you this. I got
Clapper, not Dr. Clapper.
2 Laker
Clapper.
questions I got for you, okay?
Yes.
So I have a theory. The more and more I started to watch this series, I noticed LeBron didn't really go in the post a lot. Now, granted, they have big guys, but he will usually hunt the matchup against a smaller guy and back that guy down, take him into the post. We didn't see any of that. Now, I feel like, and tell me if I'm crazy, remember he had that the groin injury that he popped in Boston earlier?
Yeah, March 8th.
Yeah, correct.
March 8th.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like that's got, you tell me, I feel like that's an injury that takes a long time to truly recover from. And even if you recover to some extent to be able to play, you're never really fully recover until you get the requisite amount of rest. And I feel like maybe that's part of the problem why he couldn't pivot. He didn't want to go into the post because he couldn't do the hard pivot that he was capable of doing in that Boston game prior to that injury.
I think you're totally right. And the other thing to think about, George, is when an injury occurs in an older player, which he is, which is relatable to age, right? The breakdown of the body, not only could you argue that maybe it still lingers, but you also have to argue the psychological effect of, I don't want this to happen again. And that definitely plays on the mind of an elite athlete in terms of the origin of the injury. So let's not discount, what he's thinking about. I don't need this to pop again.
Can I just make sure I understand what we're talking about here? LeBron's injury from like 8 weeks earlier is the reason that he did not perform as well as we all expected.
It's why he didn't really play in the post very much, because in the post you have to do quick twitches, pivots, and you have to turn, and there's a lot of footwork involved, which means you're going to have to put some strain on your groin muscle there.
Okay.
To your point, Scott, I think it's healed. There's no doubt about that. But my point is, he's also thinking about it, which is, I don't need this to happen again. Right. And I'm sure both of those things are playing.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like what George was just saying about Jackson Hayes. The reason he didn't play is because he's not good. The reason LeBron did not play as well as we've all come to know LeBron playing, and by the way, LeBron's still amazing, incredible, but it's because he's old. In fact, Kendrick Perkins called him a senior citizen earlier today on ESPN. Come on, Perk. Don't do me like that, Perk.
Right. On the bench is Ben Gay and Icy Hot, right?
Yeah. What about Luka's back thing that happened in the game? He was wearing that contraption coming out of halftime. What did you make of that?
There's a clear distinction between falling on your back and having the muscles go into spasm to protect the muscle. But in fact, the spasm of the muscle hurts more than the actual injury. And that's something we see all the time. And you always have to distinguish that spasm in the back from a local injury to the muscle, to the contusion of the bone, versus a herniated disc, which is what Dwight Howard, remember him with the Orlando Magic, kept saying, I got muscles in spasm. And it really wasn't until he came out to L.A. where it was a radiating pain down his leg, and it turned out his spasm was coming from a herniated disc. Here, it's clearly from falling right on your back, causing the muscles to go into spasm. And let me tell you, it's some of the worst pain you're going to have. It absolutely hindered his performance.
Yeah, but listen, I got to give it up to Luka. I do. He gutted it out. When he was down on the ground, I was like, oh, man, he's hurt. He starts walking off the court, and then he's got to go make those free throws. And I'm like, I really think he's, like, legit hurt. But somehow he toughed it out in the second half. He was not Luka in the second half. I mean, you could see how his gait, his run just did not look good at all.
He's very Mamba-esque. You and I, there's no way we're getting up to play basketball, let alone get up from the seat. But, he's like Kobe. He didn't just get up and go to the free throw line. He made both free throws on a torn Achilles. Let's not forget that.
Speaking of Achilles, Doc, you want to go there?
Yes. Damian Lillard. It's so interesting. Kobe was 34 years old when he tore his Achilles. When we look at when Achilles tendon ruptures occur, the spike is always at 34 years old. Same age for Damian Lillard. But it's a different world now in the sense that there's an operation that we do, which is what was on Aaron Rodgers called a speed bridge. And here's a clap revision for you. Up until now, and I'm talking days of Dominic Wilkins, even back in Kobe's time, so this is how recent this technology is. I want you to imagine, and you all can feel the back of your calf right now. Feel the muscles, your calf muscle. Now take your hand and go down. Feel the cord. That's the Achilles tendon as it attaches to the back of your heel, your calcaneus bone. We have always thought of the Achilles tendon like a leather belt, right, with a metal buckle. A torn Achilles is you tearing the belt through the leather. And so what did we used to do? We would stitch the two ends of the leather together. That's how we repaired Achilles tendons, and you'd be out for a year or 18 months, really 2 years before you felt perfect. But now we take the leather belt and re-wrap it around the metal buckle and then sew it up. That's the speed bridge. We actually take the torn tendon and bolt it into the bone. We don't just repair it tendon to tendon. And that is why I'm telling you right now, when Damian Lillard said to his coach, I'm not going out like this, you are going to see Damian Lillard play next season.
Wow.
Okay.
So you think, but I mean, probably late in the season, I would imagine.
He's going to be there probably around December, January.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. I guarantee it.
Well, it's good to hear because I have this terrible, terrible fear of popping my Achilles.
Oh, all the time. Anytime it's even sore, I start stretching it out.
Right.
Dr. Clapper, somebody told me once that calf raises are good for the Achilles. Is that true or untrue?
Here's what's true. My wife says I never answer the question, so I apologize. Here's what's true. When you do, George, the calf raise where you go up, that is the muscle contracting. We call it concentric loading of the muscle. Mm-hmm. Great. But the best thing to keep you guys from being on my operating room table with a torn Achilles is to actually lower your calf. So have the balls of your feet on the 2x4 on the step, and I want you to drop below the step.
Push the heel forward.
Right, and that is eccentrically loading the calf muscle, and that is the best way to rehab and the best way to train.
Oh, okay. I'm doing that right now under the table.
I know. I freak out. I'm like, oh, my God. I'm like, I just don't pop an Achilles because that seems like a terrible rehab, long period of time, and I don't have the time for that right now, Dr. Clapper.
Yeah, well, don't worry. I'll be there to take care of you, but it's a whole different world now. You'll be back quicker than you can imagine.
Look at that, Cappy. Even you.
Hey, listen, anybody. Doesn't matter how old you are.
We call it, Scott Kaplan, altococcoritis. That's what you got.
I've got it.
Yeah, he's an altococcoritis, all right.
Oh, I got that bad. I got that disease real bad, Doc. You know
that. Doc, you're the man. Thank you so much, as always.
God bless
real
you
quick.
guys. Thanks so much.
I heard you met. I met some of your friends the other day at Beverly Hills Cadillac of Beverly Hills.
Yeah, it turns out we may end up having them sponsor coming on with you on Thursday. I'm buying a new Cadillac from them, and I can't wait to firm this up, and maybe we'll help Lindsay out as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice. They're great folks. I met them. We're going to be doing some stuff. We're going to be partnering with them here on the station. Definitely looking forward to have Cadillac of Beverly Hills on the station here on the Sedano Kap Show.
Let them sponsor Clapper Vision on Thursdays. That would be awesome.
There you go. Let's make it happen. Okay. Let's do a beautiful thing, as Cappy would say.
Yeah.
All right, Dr. Clapper.
We've had those guys on the station before, and we've met them, and we've hung out with them a couple of times.
I went to a hockey game with them.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
those are good guys right there.
Yeah. They're Canadian, eh?
Hey.
Yeah.
I know they came. That's exactly right. They all moved down here from Canada. That's exactly right. They bought the dealership.
Yeah. It's a beautiful dealership.
Oh, dude. Great spot.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Great corner, too.
Oh, yeah, man. What is it? And I think there's is there a Fat Burger right across the street?
I mean, there's a Fat Burger across the street everywhere here.
No. There is not. There's right across the street from Beverly Hills Cadillac. There's a nice Fat Burger right there. Good.
All right, Cappy. Coming up next, 30 minutes nonstop. Let's kick it.
Good.
From a 2-0 series lead to a 3-2 hole, the Kings season is on the line tonight in Edmonton.
We got to go win a hockey game. They took it away from us. We got to go win a hockey game and take it back. That's just the way it goes. I mean, there's no tricks here. We've proven we're a pretty good hockey team. Go there and take it back because they just took it away from us.
Kings, Oilers. It's a do-or-die Game 6 for LA tonight at 7 on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Right now at Park West Bicycle Casino, the progressive jackpot is over $3 million, and when it hits, it'll be the biggest jackpot ever won at any LA card room. Poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, even baccarat, all eligible for the progressive. Brand new players who sign up for their player rewards get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino, where the stakes are high and the rewards are massive.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GEAR-001292. GEAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ, J-O-E-Q, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station. This is the city, Los Angeles, California. It's 5 p.m. in the Southland. Turn it up, man. Time to blow that 5 o'clock whistle with Sedano and Cappy.
That's right, it's the 5 o'clock hour on Sedano and Cap. And it's time for 30 minutes non-stop.
Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN.
With fun and frivolity, tomfoolery and hijinks, and Cappy doing his thing, thanks to our friends at Real Father's Rights. Real Father's Rights, the father's rights attorney.
Visit RFR710.com or call 833-ESPN-710.
Let's do it, 5 o'clock in the Southland.
30 minutes of non-stop Sedano and Cap starts now.
You ready for this? And time for the Real Father's Rights 5 o'clock hour on 710 ESPN. Let's do it, Jack!
Yeah.
Boom, da-da-bum. Boom, ba-da-bum.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to figure out, why are there so many Jackson Hayes fans out here? I don't understand.
Cappy's one of them.
I'm not really a Jackson Hayes fan.
You're a stan.
What I'm saying is that in last night's game, when you're in desperation mode, you got to go with the guys that got you there.
No, you don't.
And unfortunately for the Lakers, they really didn't have a big body, whether it was Maxi Kleba or Jackson Hayes, that could stand up to what Rudy Gobert was doing last night. But you got to throw what you got at him because that's the guys that brought you there. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not like sitting here like endorsing Jackson Hayes. I can look at the numbers from the series. I can see how bad he was. I can see the negative at the end of the box score. I can see the small number of minutes, the small number of points, a rebound here or there. All I'm trying to say is that they didn't have anybody, so throw what you got. And it just seemed like last night he like benched him and sent him down to the end. It was like, don't even be in my vision. I don't even want to look at you. That's what it felt like to me.
Oh my God!
I mean, DeAndre, what was the best thing to do?
Make this up out of thin air.
I think the best thing they did was not start him. That was the best decision that they rode with. That was the best decision.
Should have done it from game 2.
Literally.
Okay. Should they have given him 5 minutes?
No.
D?
No.
Okay. Hey, listen, I knew coming into this today, I knew that, A, I wasn't going to be able to persuade you guys, but I also knew this. I'm not alone in the opinion.
Right, but that doesn't mean you're right.
No, it doesn't mean I'm right. But by the same token, doesn't mean you're right.
No, but we have facts backing us up.
The facts are Jackson Hayes was their starting center for 30 games.
The facts are every time he was on the floor, they throughout an entire series, through 4 games when he played, they were like minus 20.
Yeah, and here are the other facts. They were 1-3. They stunk. They got beat by the better team with the better roster,
no, I
with the
don't
better
disagree
coach.
with any of that.
Yeah.
But again, agreed with that. So I don't understand why we're arguing over Jackson Hayes.
No argument. All I was saying was he should have gotten some run last night.
Okay, cool.
And it seemed very strange. it almost seemed like he was being punished for some reason.
Okay, we got that.
Yeah.
No, he was not being punished.
And I guess
It's
Ireland,
part of being a professional.
I guess Ireland was saying last night during the broadcast, like, where the heck is Jackson Hayes? Like, why is he not getting
That's
anything?
so crazy that you said that, because Ireland today said that Jackson Hayes played himself out of the rotation on his own show today.
He may have said that, but during the broadcast, he was asking the question, where is he?
Oh, and then maybe he thought better of it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right, LeBron. What pissed you off about LeBron? Go ahead.
Oh, LeBron. Oh, freaking LeBron, man. Let me say this about LeBron, and hold on to your seat, because I don't want you to lose your mind again, even though everybody loves it when you get crazy. People really love it, George.
They do.
They freaking love it.
And I think you did it on purpose because you knew they love it.
I do. I'm giving the people what they want. So this is the time where the Lakers should get out of the LeBron business. They won't, but they should. I get it. I understand it's the entertainment industry. I understand Hollywood. I get it. But if ever there was a time to get out of the LeBron business, now is it. It won't happen this year. It'll probably happen at the end of next year, to be honest. But they should just get out of the LeBron business right now. And the reason that they should is because they have his replacement. If Anthony Davis were on this team and you asked me, hey, they just lost 4-1. They lost 2 games at home in the playoffs. They were awesome during the regular season at home. Should they get out of the LeBron business? No. If they had Anthony Davis, the answer would be no. But the fact that they have Luka Doncic, the answer should be yes. Because they should take whatever assets, whatever money, however they have to manipulate, whatever they have to do financially, and they should support Luka. And they should go forward in the Luka business, not in the LeBron business. They won't, but that's what they should. But here's LeBron last night, and this is ironic, isn't it? That the Lakers decided to trade Anthony Davis because they decided, hey, you know what? The league is all about three-point shooting. The league isn't necessarily about big men anymore going inside. So we're going to trade Anthony Davis to a team that, by the way, said, we think he'll help us be better defensively, and we're willing to trade Luka because he doesn't play defense. Turns out they were right. But okay, the irony of last night is that if Anthony Davis were on the floor, there's no way that Rudy Gobert was doing what he did last night. So they traded away the guy that they said, we don't want to play that style of basketball anymore, and it ultimately came back to bite him in the ass. So LeBron, after the game, was asked about, what about not having a center? And then LeBron, with a big old fat smile on his face, because he looked like he was like, hey, I'm ready to go on vacation. I'm done. Season's over. Let's take a listen to what LeBron said last night about the center position.
No comment. I'll never say that because my guy AD said what he needed, and then he was gone the following week. So I got no comment. I put that uniform on every night. I gave everything I had, and that's all that matters.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
What's wrong
really?
with him saying that? I was
Come
actually in that room when he said that.
Yeah, really? Wow, LeBron. Wow. What does LeBron think? Does LeBron think that they're going to ship him out if he has a comment? I mean, is that what he's saying? Hey, AD said something. The next thing you know, he was out the door. I want to stay, so I don't want to say anything. I mean,
are you new here? Like, that's LeBron's thing. He does his passive-aggressive, he makes his comments about things that he wants to happen or doesn't want to happen, and he never comes right out and says it. He always says it tongue-in-cheek or, like I said, passive-aggressively, because that's his thing. Like, he always does that. What?
Answer to your question is yes, I'm new here. Today's my first day,
Okay.
so don't ask me about the menu because I don't really know it that well. Like a waitress or a waiter, when you go to a restaurant, they're like, hey, sorry, I don't know. It's my first day. Today's my first day.
Okay.
I just thought that was ridiculous of LeBron last night. That
What did you want? How did you want him to answer
Really?
it?
Of all the things he said, that was the one thing?
Well, no. How should he have answered it, Cap?
Hey, look, we traded AD, and we never went out and got an elite center. We decided to play a different style of basketball, and unfortunately for us, it just didn't work out. Pretty simple. Doesn't have to be that entailed.
Well, he was asked specifically about adding another body on the roster.
Yeah, but if he were to say something, they might ship him out, and he's worried about that. Clearly.
Once
I mean,
again,
come on, man.
he's trying to send a message without coming out and being a complete a-hole saying, well, we should have had a center. He's, doing his LeBron thing. That's what he does.
What was the message? What did I miss?
That he thinks that they should get a center.
I think we all think they should get a center.
Right. And so does he. He's included in that.
Yeah.
And it's not like the Lakers, They tried to acquire a center in the trade deadline.
Well, they did.
Things
And
happen.
then they
that
rescinded
center
it.
trolled them on social media
She did
yesterday.
troll them, but
Yeah.
things happen. Obviously, with the whole the medical reasons and stuff like that.
That's nonsense.
What's nonsense about that?
What's nonsense is when they traded for the kid and they failed him on the physical, they could have. I mean, the numbers prove it, right? I mean, he played in, I think the number you came up with the other day, George, there were 30 games. He played in 23 of them for
21.
Charlotte,
Yeah.
21 of them, and he played on average of 30 minutes per game. He was fully capable of being traded. They just didn't like the trade. When it was all said and done, they were like, we don't really like this trade anymore. We don't really want to part with this draft choice for this guy. You know, it was a mistake. We don't like it. Fail him. I mean, were they going to fail Luka's when he got traded? Were they going to fail him for his physical? They were like, no, he's hurt. We understand it. We'll rehab him. They didn't want to do that for the other kid, Mark Williams.
Because Mark Williams' injury history is real. Like it's real. It's a real thing.
It is. but-
Luka's isn't.
Luka hasn't had any catastrophic. He hasn't had the multitude of injuries that he's had. Those calf injuries here and there, but he hasn't had these back issues that Mark Williams has had. It is a little different.
Okay, back injury aside, I'm just saying that they had a chance to get a center. They chose not to do that.
No,
And
agreed.
It absolutely could have changed last night's game, and it could have changed the series.
Yeah. Anyway,
but that doesn't matter.
I think by the way, Shams already reported, because LeBron did say he has to kind of figure it out and whatever, like he did 2 years ago. Shams already says he's playing next year.
Well, if Shams says it, then
I'm buying
then
it.
it's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. But listen, again, here's my thought. If I were the Lakers, this is when I would part ways with LeBron. I'm not saying they will. In fact, I'm saying that they
you
won't.
would part ways with LeBron in how?
I don't know, George. I don't know the aprons, and I don't know the
No, but I'm just saying, he can opt into the deal. So, you're just going to trade him?
No.
He has a no trade clause.
Let me rephrase my point then. You ready? If LeBron were to opt out.
Right, which he won't.
Oh, he won't?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Maybe he won't.
If LeBron were to opt out, I'd be like, hey, LeBron, we love you, man. You're awesome. You're great. But now's the time for us to start preparing for the future. And the good news for us is we've got Luka. So if
But
you
they
didn't
don't
have
have a
Luka,
choice if he opts out. It's his choice. He's going to opt in.
and if he opts in, that's fine. Then they're going to keep him around. And listen, here's the thing about where we are right now. There's the emotion of losing the game last night, and there's the emotion of losing the series. Much of that emotion is based on all of our expectations that they were going to win. Every one of us here thought they were going to win. We've been joking around before the series, Lakers in 5, Lakers in 5. We all thought they were going to win. They lost. They got destroyed. Okay? But if you're going to look at the good news, if you're going to look at the future and think, well, wait a second, let's talk about this positively. Here's the positive. They didn't have Luka for the whole season. They didn't get a chance to build around Luka/LeBron. They'll go into the offseason knowing that they've got this young superstar who's ready to take over their franchise. They've got the guy who's still amazing at 40. Next year, it'll be 41 years old. They'll go into whatever they have to do free agency-wise and find the bodies that they need, and then they'll run it back next year. And at this time next year, they'll either be moving on to the second round and making a run towards a championship because they rebuilt the roster around these two guys, or if they get knocked out 4-1 again next year, that's got to be the end of LeBron in a Laker uniform.
I feel fairly certain that LeBron will kind of dictate what will happen here. Maybe I could be wrong.
No, I think you're right, actually.
But I get the sense that's going to be the case. It didn't seem like when Pelinka spoke today, when he was asked about LeBron, he said, asking about LeBron and Luka's input, I guess, to something to that effect.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, well, look, we're going to give LeBron the space to figure out what he wants to figure out first, and then we'll go from there because we'll do this kind of after that, and figure out what the roster is going to need at that point, and we'll certainly be in touch, because we'll be transparent with each other as we've always been.
Well, it doesn't take a basketball savant to figure out what this team needs. We watched it last night.
Well, they need two big men, one that can roll to the rim and be a rim runner, and the other that maybe can space the floor in a perfect world. That gives Luka your lob threat. Ideally, the guy who spaces the floor can also be a lob threat. And then you've got and then you need at least one more wing to guard and defend and shoot threes.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, all I was saying is that when I listened to what LeBron had to say last night, it just was like, to me, I was like, dude, really? Like, your guy, AD, made a comment, and the next thing you knew, he was gone? Wow, that's news. You had no idea. Sure, right. Come on, George, get mad. Come on. Don't lose energy on me.
Don't take the bait, George. Don't take the bait. He's
don't lose
trolling
energy
you.
on me.
He's trolling you.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can get him fired up by this. You know who else should have played last night besides
really
Jackson
quick.
Hayes?
Wait,
Well,
hang on.
Hold on.
Wow.
It's a Cosm Ticket Thursday.
Oh, man.
Experience the thrill of the NHL playoffs like never before at Cosm.
Hell yeah.
Call 877-710-ESPN right now. Caller 7 wins a pair of tickets to watch the Kings watch party at Cosm, Los Angeles tonight. Emily, Travis, Jorge, DeMarco will all be there. Limited tickets available through Cosm.com or the Cosm mobile app. Listen all day for your chance to win, and you will be at Cosm tonight only because of your friends here at 710. So you want to watch that Kings-Oilers game, Game 6? Caller 7 right now, 877-710-ESPN. You can watch it at Cosm. And let me tell you something. You watch it at Cosm, it's going to be like you're right there, like right up against the glass. Like, seriously, that's how it's going to feel.
I still have not been to Cosm. I can't believe I haven't been there yet. And I'll tell you something right now. Right here. Throw it right here. Throw it. Give it to me. I heard the paper.
I'm going to save it.
No, throw it
I'm
at
to save
me.
it for when
Go
you
ahead.
deserve it.
Okay, well, then I'm going to deserve it right now because you're not playing with me, and it pisses me off. You know, my goal was to get you to just lose your mind. I had you earlier today on the Jackson Hayes thing.
Right, but then we had Tinder and Clapper.
Right, and it smoothed things out. And now here I am telling you that I thought that LeBron's comments after the game last night were annoying.
Yeah, and I just kind of like roll my eyes.
You're not,
at that.
you know, the only thing I think I have left in the arsenal is this.
Yeah.
You know who else should have played last night?
Oh, God, who?
You know.
Who?
Oh, don't say it. Don't say it.
Who's he talking about? Oh, I know what you're going to do. Don't be ridiculous.
I mean, will that get you upset?
I mean, no. It's just going to be. It's actually. It's going to make me eye roll more than the.
You're going to give you, make you sigh. You're not going to get mad at me.
Nah.
Like, you know who should have gotten 5 or 6 minutes last night? You know a guy who really could have made a positive contribution to that game last night. Dalton Connect.
Yeah.
What did you think I was going to say, DeAndre?
Oh. Honestly, I thought you were going to say Bronny.
What? Bronny? What? What are you talking about, Bronny? Come on, man. Really? Bronny? You thought I was going to say Bronny? Come on, man. You see this? You see, I told you I know ball, dog. Come on, man. Dalton Connect couldn't get a couple of shots in this series at one time?
Yeah,
Come on.
That's going to lead to a bucket on the other end, too.
No, because, right, yeah, exactly, because he'd be giving up like all the yams on the other side.
All right, I admit it. I was going to say Bronny.
I knew it. We knew it.
I admit
You're
it.
that predictable.
I admit it. I was going to say Bronny.
All right, Cappy. So let me ask you this.
All right, go ahead.
I believe that if you're going to and I know that McMiniman reported today on NBA Today and SportsCenter that the Lakers are not interested in trading Austin Reeves.
Mm-hmm.
That they look at this as a Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Austin Reeves joint, okay? But if you're really going to get better
it is a joint
on this team,
yeah.
a joint effort, actually.
Yeah, I got you.
If you're going to get better,
Mm-hmm.
Austin is really the only asset you have other than that first-round pick to get better.
Well, here's the thing about Austin Reeves. I said it earlier in today's broadcast. I'll say it again. Austin Reeves is my favorite Laker. Okay? I love an underdog. I love a guy who's got to battle and scrap his way to make a team. And then once he makes a team, an undrafted player like that who went – I mean, how everybody missed on this kid. It's not like he was playing at some small school. I mean, he played big-time college basketball. So how the whole world missed on this guy, I don't know. But he has done exactly what you're supposed to do. You got an opportunity, you make the most of it. Austin Reeves has been amazing for the Lakers. And this past regular season, I don't remember exactly what it ended up with, but he was very close, George, to ending the season with like the most three-pointers in a season in Laker history. I don't know that he got it, but he was getting really, really close at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
He had an incredible regular season.
Phenomenal.
And what we all thought, just like we all thought that the Lakers were going to win the series, you know what else most of us thought? I put myself at the front of this group. Most of us thought that Austin Reeves was the third best player, meaning the Lakers' third best player, giving the Lakers 3 of the top 5 players in the series.
Mm-hmm.
That did not happen.
I did not. I was not one of those people.
Nope, I was. And here's what we know about Austin Reeves. He's been a great player. He's been a great underdog, overachieving kind of guy based on not being drafted. But in the playoffs, when most of us thought that the Lakers had a team to make a run, The one guy who we were all counting on, besides Luka and LeBron, was Austin Reeves. And I'm sad to say that turned out really bad. Because Austin Reeves, 2 games ago, he had 0 points in the first half. Thank goodness he dropped a couple of threes in the second half. But he also got that opportunity to win the game with a wide-open three in the corner, and he didn't drop that one. This could be a whole different series if my man, Mr. Clutch, Austin Reeves, would have hit that three-point shot. But he didn't. And he just did not play championship-caliber basketball. He's not the reason that they lost, but he's one of the reasons that they didn't win.
Oh, agreed. I thought he had a bad. Let me tell you something. Austin Reeves is actually lucky he's on the Lakers, and all the stuff happened with JJ, and everyone's always going to be critical of LeBron, and all the eyes were on Luka, which I'm sure Nico Harrison probably popped the bottle last night. I think that it actually potentially could help him keep his job based on the fact that the Lakers got beat in the first round.
Not to mention that everything he said about Luka's defensively, he doesn't play defense. We got Anthony Davis because we need to be better defensively. Defenses win championships. That's what he said. And Luka has been, I think at this point, widely criticized for his defense or lack thereof.
Correct. And then, I just think that Austin is kind of skating a little bit because everybody's so focused on all those other things that we've spent the majority of the time talking about. And the perfect example of it is we've been on the air for 2 hours and 20 minutes, and now's when he's really come up in a significant way.
Yeah, it's listen, again, like I said, I love the guy. I love the season that he had. I believe
it wasn't great. I will say this. I don't want to overreact to one bad series, though, because he played well against Denver. I just think that this team presents different challenges on the perimeter than Denver does. Denver, he's being guarded by Jamal Murray, right, mostly?
Okay.
I guess the first year he was guarded by KCP a little bit, maybe at times on a switch. But for the most part, it's Murray that was guarding him. Trying to think who else would have even been on him in those series. I'd have to go back and watch. But it's not, switching on to Jaden McDaniels or Nickeil Alexander-Walker, like these kind of long guys, right? And Dante DiVincenzo, who's very active defensively and athletic. That's not the groups he's faced in the postseason. Aaron Gordon wasn't switching on to Austin Reeves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you say you don't want to be too harsh in your judgment just based on one series alone.
I just think I've been very steadfast in my belief that if you're the Lakers, you got to cash in on that chip at some point.
Yeah, but you know what? I will be a little bit more judgmental of him in this series. The bottom line is this. Luka's your lead option on the offensive end. We all expect LeBron to do his thing, and by the way, LeBron did. Again,
LeBron played well. He was the best player on the Lakers consistently throughout the series.
And when Luka was sick, and that's really where this series turned, unfortunately, for the Lakers, when Luka was sick in Game 3.
Which I still think that somebody poisoned him with food poisoning.
You're not alone in that.
I know that's a thing. It used to be a thing back in the day. Just saying.
Yeah, you're not alone. A lot of people actually think that. Wait a second, he's their best player. He's having some sort of walleye sashimi, while he's up there in Minnesota, right? Why is he having sushi in Minnesota?
It wasn't him that had sushi. It was Brandon Pajemski in Houston.
Oh.
And so then what did Luka trying to tell us there was good sushi in Houston?
What did Luka eat? What did Luka eat that he got sick? It wasn't walleye
wherever
sashimi?
He was, somebody went in the back and called up, hey, I got Luka here. Should I do it? Should I do it? And they were like, yeah, do it. And then they did it.
I know where they stay.
See? I would not be surprised. I'm just saying there's some funny business going on there.
Michael Jordan ate bad pizza.
Yeah, didn't they say that somebody purposely undercooked the pepperoni or something like that?
I don't know, man. It's hard to find bad pizza. Bad pizza is like other things that are, even when they're bad, they're good.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe they gave him moldy cheese, but cheese is mold, so that doesn't really track. And I don't think you cook pepperoni. Do you?
No, I believe that pepperoni is kind of a...
You cure it, right?
Yeah, I feel like by the time it gets onto the pizza and before it goes into the oven, it's already well cooked.
Maybe he had undercooked anchovies. That's got to be it. It's got to be it.
Is that it?
Got to be.
The bottom line is this, though, on Austin Reeves, is that if you thought Austin Reeves was an equally as important, maybe equally is a little too much, but if you thought Austin Reeves was an absolutely critical part of the Lakers being successful, then he has to play the way he played during the regular season, which was knocking down threes, driving to the basket, giving everything he's got, etc. And in this series, he may have given everything he's got, but his best wasn't good enough. Boy, that should be a song. That should be at least.
Is that a bar, Cap?
That should be a lyric in a song.
It is. I did my best, but I guess
my best wasn't good enough. Yeah, I feel like that's like Jeffrey Osborne. Do I have that? Am I
Hold
close?
on, something like that.
Am I close?
I'm
Does
gonna
anybody
Shazam it.
Shazam it? All you have to do is Google it. You're gonna go Shazam instead of Google. I don't know, DeAndre.
Currently
you
Googling.
think you think you know ball? What happened to my man Austin Reeves?
I mean, honestly, I don't know, man. I was thinking about it today. I don't know if the pressure of him being the third option, because everyone started to come out with the reports, Austin Reeves is the third best option for this Lakers team. Austin Reeves makes a big difference in this Lakers team.
It's interesting because remember in those other Denver series, we were talking a lot about D'Lo not coming up in those situations, although Austin played better than D'Lo did in any of those series. There's a different amount of attention on the scouting report.
And then also, I felt like throughout this series, like Austin Reeves, normally he's really aggressive as far as getting to the basket and trying to get to the free throw line. He shot 0 free throws in last night's game against Timberwolves. He shot 2 for 10 from 3. He shot 10 3-pointers.
Yeah.
Boy, how could he be on the floor? How could he be on the floor and Jackson Hayes not be on the floor? Come on, man.
I mean, there's different. I mean, Austin Reeves at least can create his own shot, man. But I just felt like a lot of shots from Austin Reeves this series was forced. Could have done a better job of more spacing, a little more ball movement. Like I said, one-on-one iso ball against Timberwolves teams, it just didn't cut it. And he's not that type of guy to go up against Rudy Gobert one-on-one every single game.
George, let me pull a little quick timeout here. You ready? Since DeAndre talking ball, he's in the LeBron press conference after the game last night. D, how did you like the Cappy Lappy and what we did last night pregame? How'd you like it? How'd you like being a part of it?
First off, the Cappy Lappy is a different experience. It was fun. I'm not going to lie to you. The best part, obviously, was Kevin Harlan, because I literally told Cap, I was like, hey, look, me being your personal security guard, all I asked for was one thing, is that you introduce me to Kevin Harlan. And he did. And honestly, the whole lap and everything, walking around the court and getting to meet different people, it was really cool, man.
Yeah, the only problem was last night, George, when we got to the end of it, we always end it by going up and saying hi to our team, right? We want to say hi to Johnny I and Mikey T and Funchy Lava, and we want to say hi to Beto, and Beto wasn't around. And then your boy Kesty from ESPN Radio.
Him and PJ were doing the game.
He took, and I didn't know PJ was doing the game because I didn't see PJ, but they did. They took Pepe's spot. So then here we were in section 111. Yeah. Oh, by the way, shout out to section 111.
It is national radio.
I know, but they moved Pepe all the way to the other side of the arena. And oh, by the way, side note here.
That's what happens.
Section 111, shout out to my boy Will Dog from Ozo Motley, who gave us a lot of love last night. DeAndre, seemed like Will Dog and you had I don't know who's better friends with you now. Will Dog from Ozo Motley or Kevin Harlan from TNT?
I just have that aura, man. That's all I got to say.
George, why don't you ask DeAndre if you can share in his aura?
I share in it every day.
Thank you for letting me share in your aura.
I didn't hear you thank him for letting you share in his aura.
I just said I share in it every day. I am appreciative of it, yes.
Oh, you are? Okay, I appreciate you, dog. All right, right on. But it was great. It was a great night last night. And
Cappy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, who's the gamer that we didn't know who he was? DeAndre's like, look at this guy right here. He's a famous gamer. He had big chunks of ice in his ears.
I might butcher his name, but I think it's Los Polos. Like I said, I don't know if I'm butchering his name, but he's a big time streamer though.
Los Polos, huh?
Yeah.
Don't know him.
Cousins with Marco.
Oh, really? I thought he was cousins with El Pollo Loco. Provided us with a hell of a lunch yesterday.
What is wrong with you?
Seriously, I don't know. Polo, whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys have the soundbite where Wendy went off on JJ today? Because I'd like to hear that.
Sure, let's do that.
I tried to stay away from all this stuff today. I want to give you my own natural reaction.
Wendy, I heard Travis and DeMarco say it sounded personal, or Emily.
Yeah,
and that.
Emily said, "Oh, it sounds personal." I didn't think that.
I don't agree with that.
I
don't think Brian ever makes it personal with anyone, for that matter. But go ahead.
JJ Redick coached very immaturely in this series. He was still seething and upset about the previous games, to the point where Reggie Miller said on the broadcast last night he had to try to calm him down in the pregame meeting because JJ was acting, frankly childishly. He walked off and stormed off in the pregame session with reporters. Regardless of the question, it's not the way to start. And then he not only did he double down on his, frankly, irrational decision not to substitute for an entire half in a playoff game. He doubled down on that. And then in this game, he played a guy who hadn't played in 3 months ahead of centers that he had on his roster. He played Maxi Kleber. He had never even practiced with the Lakers. Maxi Kleber's on the court with 5 minutes to go in like a 2-possession game. That is not a rational decision. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't even know if Mark Williams was on this team, whether JJ would have played him.
Oh!
You tell him, Wendy. You tell him.
Too bad you weren't there to egg him on and be like, get him.
Oh,
Get
I
him,
would have been
get
like,
him."
get him, Wendy. Get him. Come on, Wendy. Get him. I wonder if all these guys didn't like JJ when he worked there at ESPN.
No, I don't believe that to be the case at all.
I mean, I'm actually enthused to hear Wendy and Perk like be candid rather than like protecting their guy.
Right, I was
their
just
pal.
going to say, like, aren't they doing exactly what they're paid to do?
Absolutely. They're doing a great job, too. I thought there was a great piece of commentary by Wendy. You know, I agree with him. Again, I'll keep going. But Maxi Kleber, please, man. Really? Don't practice with the team, never put the uniform on the team, never set 1 foot on that floor, and you're playing him
But
with
again,
5 minutes to go in the game?
It just screams of the desperation, to your point, that he didn't believe in what was available to him. Again, Jared Vanderbilt literally doesn't look at the rim at times.
I'm gonna lie to you, Cap. It hurt the Lakers in that stretch too, because when Jared Vanderbilt had to sub back in, Rudy Gobert was able to sit in the paint, and the shots that LeBron, obviously, you can say it was tired shots, and he settled a lot, but those little runners he was trying to do around the rim, instead of getting actually to the basket and getting contact, Rudy Gobert played a big effect in the rim.
Rudy Gobert had the best game of his career in a playoff game.
No doubt about it. And I'm no Rudy Gobert historian, but let me tell you something. He dominated last night.
You're not a Rudy Gobert historian?
I know that surprises you.
What?
I know that you find that
way.
crazy. I know that it surprises you.
I felt like
You know?
you knew everything about like his French national team career too.
I got very turned off by Rudy Gobert the night when COVID started. That was the end of it.
Oh, me too.
for Rudy
I was
Gobert.
suspending him for like a month.
Yeah. By the way, here's another thing. You know, you talk about getting close to the basket. You know, Luka killed the Lakers last night. This is a detail of the game that might fly a little under the radar.
When he blew the layup, and
Oh,
then
my
Anthony,
God.
he's complaining, and then Anthony
Dude.
Edwards and them push the ball.
I mean, and
By
by
the way, you ask Dallas fans, they'll tell you about that. That's been happening forever.
And when we say layup, it wasn't a one-handed like finger roll off the tip of the finger
Not
kind
like
of a
George
layup.
Gervin is what you're
No, not an Iceman kind of a layup. DeAndre, you don't know nothing about George Gervin, the Iceman, or the history of this league.
Come on, man.
You ain't know nothing about no George Gervin.
Cappy, who did George Gervin play for?
Come on, man. Really? I got to teach this young fella this now, too?
Don't look it up. Don't
I'm
you
not
dare
looking
look
up.
it
Hey,
up.
look at me
I
on
know what you
YouTube.
do.
I'm
I
not
know
looking
what you
anything
do.
up.
'Cause
I
you
don't
be
need
like-
to look
you
up
be like,
anything.
man, do I have to school?
Okay, how about this, Cappy?
I don't need to look at anything. I know who George Gervin played for.
How about this,
Sheesh.
Cappy?
Yeah,
How
go
about
ahead.
this? Okay.
Yeah. Look,
Stalling.
hands. No. Look, my hands are up, homeboy. Don't get it twisted.
He only played for 2 teams in
That's
the
right.
NBA.
That's right.
And one of them was literally at the end of his career, so it
That's
doesn't really
right.
matter. So there's one team he's clearly associated with.
I associate him with San Antonio. How about you?
That's correct.
Yeah. See, DeAndre,
He
you
looked
don't
it
know.
up. He was stalling, man.
What do you
I'm
mean
trying to
stalling?
tell you,
You can see
stalling.
me on YouTube, Jack. Hey, listen, but the thing about that play was it wasn't a one-handed layup.
Yes.
It wasn't him driving to the basket.
Yeah.
He's right under the basket,
Yeah.
and he's got 2 hands on the ball.
Right.
Listen, if I miss that at the Jewish Community Center, you expect me to miss that.
Yeah.
But not Luka Doncic underneath the basket in a critical moment, which, by the way, at the time, I want to say it was about a 2 or a 4-point game. And then Luka, typical, rather than just like, I got to hustle back, I missed it, I screwed up. You know whose fault it was? The referee's fault for not calling a foul. In that moment right there last night, Luka the prodigy deserves some criticism because that flipped the game
but
right
again,
there.
That's been a constant of his. I mean, it's literally like Brian Windhorst, we were just talking about Windhorst, accosted him on national television for complaining to the refs and just like not getting back on defense during the playoffs, like in an NBA Finals game. Like that's not a small anecdote or footnote. That is a consistent issue with him.
Well, let me tell you something. JJ, as he improves as a coach from year
And he
1
will.
to year 2, yeah, you know, one of the things that JJ should do is spend time with Luka watching film of him complaining to referees and saying this, you look like an idiot out there, honestly. Like, dude, control your emotions because you're actually hurting the team by not playing defense or hustling because you're spending too much time complaining to the officials. What do you think about that, George?
You should be racked right there.
Right? I mean, DeAndre, where are you, bro? God, I'm dropping knowledge on you. I'm dropping hot takes on you.
History.
God, you're giving me nothing, man.
Who would you like? You know who I think would work well for the Lakers if they can somehow get him out of Brooklyn? Is Claxton.
Oh, I was going to say Claxton for sure. Yeah.
Weren't.
Yeah. I was going to say Giannis.
He's a much cheaper option than any of the stuff Ireland was talking about, or like Jaren Jackson Jr. By the way, I love Greg, but Greg was saying like Jaren Jackson is soft. He's like the opposite of soft, I would say.
He called Jaren Jackson soft?
Yeah, I would never call Jaren Jackson
soft.
soft.
Damn.
Yeah. Jaren Jackson's good, is pretty rugged.
That's the reason why he's a defensive player of the year, too.
Right. I mean, you can't literally be the defensive player of the year and be soft. Like
he's hard. No, he's hard.
By the way, Beto sent me something as far as like...
Cade Cunningham just gave the Pistons the lead with a minute to go in the half.
Beto sent me something as far as like the offseason and stuff like that. And obviously, in this article, it talked about, the Mark Williams physical being failed, whatever, and all that. And he also talked about Miles Turner, how the Lakers try to go and acquire him. Mm-hmm. And then in this article also mentions how
I think that's definitely done. They're not going back to that well. That's for sure.
This is interesting to me as far as like the Lakers have expiring contracts for Austin Reeves and Dorian Finney-Smith, Rui, Maxi Kleber, and Gabe Vincent, and it said that they can use them as far as in a trade. Could that be a possibility as far as what the Lakers do this offseason?
I mean, it's possible, I guess, but then you'd have to go a lot of veteran minimums after that, depending on what you bring back in that trade. Like if you're going after like one player, then I would rather them just acquire depth if they're going to do that. Like if you told me you can get Austin Reeves for like Jalen Suggs from Orlando, like Orlando's looking for offense, like I'd take Jalen Suggs over Austin Reeves for the way this team needs to be built. So, maybe you get a separate deal for like KCP too. Like you throw in like that, you throw in the first, you get Suggs and KCP. I mean, I don't know if Orlando would give you both. That's the problem, but like I think that's the way you have to be looking. And then try to find yourself a bargain situation with a big man, Although, I don't think the Nets are just giving away Claxton either. So,
hey, we have an update, by the way. It turns out that I did my best, but I guess my best wasn't good enough. That is a song by James Ingram.
Oh, very nice, Captain.
And so when I said that Austin Reeves gave his best, but his best wasn't good enough, and I said it should be a lyric in a song, Guess what? It already is.
Excellent. You know what else?
Tell me.
Has also happened is I hooked you up with the Crazy Hernandez brothers. Holy moly, Malik Beasley with a 35-foot shot to give the Pistons the lead at halftime. Wow. Tom Thibodeau is incredulous. He's beside himself. Wow. That place is rocking right now in Detroit.
Oh, my God, I just saw it because I'm behind you. So I just saw it. Oh, man, you ruined it for me.
Oh, man. That was even nice the second time. Anyway.
61-59 going to half.
Crazy shot by Malik Beasley, and that's why you got to link up with the Crazy Hernandez brothers, okay? Cappy, I hooked him up because he needs flooring.
Mm-hmm.
Even Rachel's satisfied.
Oh, wait, just wait. Satisfied is one thing, George. But Steven Hernandez, he doesn't want you to be satisfied. He said this to me. Because he said to me, he goes, do you like this? I said, I like it. He goes, oh, that's not good enough.
No, you got to love it.
He goes, I want you to love it. And so
satisfaction guaranteed.
Right. But being satisfied is not enough. We're actually going to make her happy.
There we go.
That's a different level, bro.
A happy Rachel and a happy Cappy.
That's exactly right.
So if you need flooring in your home, rental, or ADU, call the Crazy Hernandez brothers. 866-62-FLOOR, 866-62-FLOOR. You know what drives me crazy? Those big box national retail stores pretend to give you a deal by marking up the price just to mark it down. Come on! At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, legitimately family run. We've talked about the Crazy Hernandez brothers. Papi Hernandez, who started it all in the 70s. And, of course, Mom is there from time to time. You got the aunties. You got the cousins. You got the nieces and nephews all working there. Authentic old school TLC, actual wholesale pricing year-round. No bogus sales, no gimmicks, just the best price from the start. Call them at 866-62-FLOOR, and that's why I say it. And I mean it. No sale beats wholesale. Hardwood, laminate, tile, vinyl, carpet, you name it, they got it. Over 5 million square feet in stock in their inventory. They got two warehouses, one in Commerce, the other one in Santa Ana. They're like the size of 5 football fields. So when you get there, you can see the inventory, you can see it, touch it, and take it home with you on the same day. That's huge, especially when you're trying to finish a project fast. And check this out. Refer a friend. Both of you get 10% off your next flooring purchase. Call them at 866-62-FLOOR. Online, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. It's why first responders, designers, contractors, builders all shop here. And they know why. You know why? Because the crazy Hernandez brothers are always going to take care of you. And if you find a better price, Hernandez will match it, no questions asked. So head down to Hernandez Flooring, Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Call them at 866-62-FLOOR. 866-62-FLOOR. No games, no gimmicks, just the best price in town year-round because no sale beats wholesale. Check them out on the web, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net, or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
I showed up at the hospital and was told I couldn't see my children. Then I showed up in court and was told they may not be mine. Then I was accused of anything and everything. Sexual assault, domestic violence, substance abuse, you name it, I heard it. I was forced to go long periods of time without seeing my children. That experience of being wrongfully treated ignited something in me. I can look at a father and honestly tell him, I know how he is feeling. I've been there. At Real Fathers Rights, we care about your family, your livelihood, and
Selling your home doesn't have to be a hassle. With Seller's Advantage, skip agents, commissions, and costly repairs. Get a fair, competitive cash offer without worrying about the details falling through. Chris Chavez, a real customer, says, quote, Seller's Advantage offered me more than I expected. The process was fast, easy, and much better than using a realtor. End quote. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Mother's Day is almost here, and I've been thinking a lot about all the times my mom went out of her way just to make me happy. Honestly, I've lost count. All of the pickups from practice, help with the homework, the home-cooked meals. My mom is the best. That's why this year I'm returning the favor with the bouquet from the Books Company. And I got you 25% off of your order so you can send some happiness to your moms, too. Books aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and last way longer. Some are even grown on the side of a volcano. Wow mom with a bright, happy bouquet, or go for the Books Flower subscription so she can get fresh blooms and major joy on repeat. It's also really easy. I pick my bouquet, delivery date, and done. And with 25% off, why stop with mom? Grab some for your wife, your auntie, and even grandma too. Mother's Day is May 11th, so hurry and order your Books now. Go to Books.com, use promo code CANTY to get 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code CANTY. Books, promo code CANTY.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? With a new owner, fresh renovations, and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GEAR-001292. GEAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
And it is Sedano and Kap. Big deal or no deal in just a few moments. Don't forget, at 6 p.m. tonight, we've got an encore presentation of Mason and Ireland if you missed their reaction to last night's game. 6:30, Kings pregame show with Josh Schaefer. And Kings Oilers. Those scumbags sneaking Oilers. Puck drops at 7 p.m. Hear it on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. On this day in 2004, the number one hit, Usher, featuring Little John and Ludacris. Yeah! Sedano Kap continues your Thursday afternoon right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Morales last night, dude, fell asleep on me.
Yeah.
That brother fell asleep on me before we'd even left LA Live, man.
All right,
And then you
Cappy.
almost killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since we don't have like any time at all for Big Deal or No Deal, I'm just gonna take this half a minute to play this clip because it's a Kevin Harlan appreciation moment. Right? I obviously I'm very sad that Luka got hurt. Sucks that he hurt his back. He was not the same the whole rest of the game. But in the moment, it was kind of funny the way that Kevin Harlan described it.
He's going to the free throw line. If he can knock down two, it'll be a two-possession game. I don't like how he's walking.
Well, he's walking like Fred Sanford.
Man.
He's crouched over, and his back is hurting, and 101 to go. Doncic at the line.
He really was seamless with that, and I thought it was great.
Yeah.
He's walking like Fred Sanford.
I just had to pull that clip and say Kevin Harlan appreciation.
Yeah. Do-do-do.
Beat-a-boo-da-ba-da-ba-da-beat-a.
Yeah. Doesn't that feel good when you just take a song and it doesn't even need words, but you just beat up, you just keep it going. Boo-da-beat-a-boo. Da-da-beat-a-ba.
He's walking like Fred Sanford.
Boo-da-dee-da-doo.
I want to know how many people got that reference in the moment.
I think if I don't know. I would imagine a decent. I saw it on social media. It blew up people were laughing about it.
He's walking like Fred Sanford. It's beautiful.
And then he just goes right back to play-by-play.
Hey, that is DeAndre's BFF. That's Kevin Harlan. Yeah,
of Kevin Harlan.
DeAndre, that's your man right there.
Of Kevin.
I hope to meet him at a future Cavs playoff game.
Oh, are you planning on going back to Cleveland for some playoff games?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, you guys have to kind of at least root for Cleveland now that the Lakers are out, right?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
I'm rooting for Denver
I
tonight.
can't be rooting for anybody anymore, period, in general. But
I'm rooting for Denver. I'm rooting for Denver to knock out the Clippers.
I mean, if we had a Clippers-Cavs finals, that would
Stop.
still work because then they'd come out here.
No. You're not getting credentials to the Intuit Dome. Maybe through your Cleveland.
Oh no,
connections.
I will. Yeah,
through your Cleveland connects. I'm also rooting
wouldn't
tonight.
we get credentials to the Intuit Dome?
I mean, we haven't gone once the whole year. You have.
I mean,
I
was
went.
going to say, speak for yourself.
Yeah,
I haven't. Yeah, but also Clevelandy.
No, I went. I went through me and Ramona went. I went. I got credentialed.
Yeah, she probably got Dennis Rodgers to give her a credential.
Yeah.
Oh, really? What about Mendoza? What do you get Mendoza? I thought Mendoza makes things happen.
Who?
Ben Mendoza.
Ben Mendoza's an ops manager for the ESPN.
Well, come on, Ben. Make it happen, bro.
I don't think he does credentials.
You don't think Ben Mendoza can make that? You said he can make anything happen.
Well, I mean, if you need some stuff while you're on the road, he got you.
All right,
Him and
Ben
Pizza
Mendoza.
Cohen.
Oh, Pizza Cohen is a good guy. Pizza. Love that first
Love
name.
pizza.
Pizza Cohen. Yeah.
Anyway, Cappy.
Yeah.
We have another break before we end
We
the
do?
show, so.
I mean, we kind of always break late here anyway.
Okay.
So, I mean, there is that.
It already is 4 minutes late, but it's okay.
Right.
I do feel like if you're J.J. Redick today, if you're Luka Doncic, if you're LeBron, if you're Austin Reeves, if you're any of these guys, not only are you now just physically run down from the season, but emotionally beaten down from what happened this year, from the the length and the time of the season to the fires that happened in January, of which J.J. and his family were impacted. To the trade that happens and, the departure of one of your favorite teammates, to the arrival of a new guy that's going to be great, but, we don't have a lot of time to kind of integrate the guy and we got to get him healthy and everything. And then you finally get to the end of the year when everybody really started to believe in you and then it's over. Just like at the snap of a finger, it's over. And it's just this mental and physical, utter exhaustion.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I mean, listen, I don't play the games, but just once the finals is over, I'm like, man, I'm wiped.
Yeah, I mean, the last couple of weeks between the Kings and the Lakers, and by the way, I'm not complaining about going to these games. They're freaking awesome. And the draft, and then more games this week.
Go Kings, go tonight. See, I'm rooting for them.
Me too. I'm rooting for the Kings tonight. Got to get back into this thing. And
I mean, the Kings, though. I mean, this is like PTSD all over again. Like, this is this is the fourth time. I mean, if they end up losing this series again to these guys, it's just going to be
Don't
like,
even think it.
But you got to give it up to Edmonton as of today, which is to be down 2-0 and then to win 3 straight. This is what they did last year in the NHL Stanley Cup Finals, where they were down 3-0, and they came back and they tied it at 3-3, and then they lost.
Well, I mean, they have the best player on the planet.
Yeah, they do, and maybe like the second or third best player.
Right, in Draisaitl.
Yeah.
I love that you now know who Leon Draisaitl is.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with Draisaitl.
Yeah, now you're very familiar.
Now me and Draisaitl, I know his game. I know you, bro. You know, if you play for the Edmonton Oilers and you play against the LA Kings, I know you, bro.
There you go.
Yeah, Stanley Cup, man, NHL playoff hockey. I'm so glad I got back into it because I've been away from it for a long time.
Yeah.
Kings got me back into it, and to the point where I find myself watching games like Dallas versus Colorado. I don't sit around and watch hockey games, especially if teams that I'm not like
there's no way
rooting
Rachel's
for.
happy about that.
Oh, well, that's just it. And tonight is date night, I'll have you know.
Again?
Again, it's once a week. I haven't seen this woman. I bet you I've seen her 4 times the entire month.
But you can't miss the Kings game.
Well, okay, and
So
the
now
Clippers
what are you
game.
going to do? What do you, last week you tried to go to her favorite sports bar, and
Yeah.
then she realized you were watching games.
Right.
Do it again and then invite those people.
That's a great idea. There were people when we walked into that bar that were sitting at the bar, and she knew them, and she got into a full-blown conversation with this lady right next to me, and I got to watch all the games. And it's the exact same matchup tonight. I want to watch the Kings and the Oilers tonight, and I want to watch the Nuggets knock out the Clippers tonight.
All right, dealer's choice is next.
Hey, guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement, and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installation with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
Los Angeles, game day is here. Whether you're watching courtside or couch side, fuel up with the fire-grilled flavor of El Pollo Loco. Their famous fire-grilled chicken marinated in citrus and spices cooked over an open flame. It's the perfect play for your taste buds. From their fan-favorite chicken tostadas to fire-grilled family meals that feed your whole squad, El Pollo Loco has you covered. Get in the game with El Pollo Loco because great flavor is always a slam dunk. El Pollo Loco. Order today at elpolloloco.com.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
And it is Sedano and Kap Thursday afternoon. Final segment coming up at the top of the hour. Mason and Ireland encore. First half hour of their show today. Before I think Mason got hit with that stomach bug that's flowing around the studio today. Then at 6:30, Kings pregame show with Josh Schaefer. Puck drops in Edmonton. Kings Oilers game 6 at 7 p.m. Hear it here on 710 ESPN. The all-new ESPN LA app. Final segment. Cappy's got a real deal. Dealer's choice thanks to our friends at Sellers Advantage. Cappy's taking tomorrow off, because the Lakers lost. He's doing a mental health day. He could use it on this Therapy Thursday, I'll tell you that much. He almost flipped the Cadillac last night and killed us both. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. Final segment, Sedano and Kap here Thursday afternoon right now.
It's true.
No, I know. You told us.
I know. I almost did. That's why I'm looking forward. I got to get back down to see Omar at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. I'm getting a new Subaru, and I haven't gotten it yet. And it's the safest vehicle on the road, I'll have you know.
See what Lindsay gave me as a gift?
Let me see. What is that?
They're Donovan Mitchell shoes.
Really? And why? I'm just
Don't
curious.
worry, I got
Linz.
you some shoes too, Cappy.
Oh no, I'm not worried. I feel like you're an equal opportunity gift giver. So what'd you get me? Did you get me some Evan Mobley's or something?
No, you'll see.
I don't know if Evan Mobley has a sneaker, to be honest.
He doesn't yet. Yet. He's only 23, He's only been in the league for 2 years.
So what?
He's the depoy.
Did you get DeAndre a pair of shoes also?
I got DeAndre a Nike gift card, and then when he went to use it, it wasn't activated properly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what is it? Is it Christmas in
No, that was for his birthday.
May?
I got you those shoes a while ago, and I forgot to give them to you because they were in my other trunk. And then when
It's
the
Lindsay's
Cavs,
dealer's choice today.
Yeah, when the Cavs made the playoffs, I was like, you know what? Since this shoe thing with LeBron,
I mean, and there's a decent shot I've got a Cavs game in the second round.
I think he will for sure when the Cavs go to the finals because he's calling the finals on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, since LeBron,
Although if I get the finals on the radio,
yeah,
they need to give me a better position than what they give me for TV games.
Oh, they will.
We need to work on
Plus,
that.
I got a guy.
I got to talk to BJ.
I got a guy.
Right, talk to him.
BJ's my guy.
Jerome should be your guy. He knows what's up.
I mean, BJ and I go back like 20 years.
I know, the Miami.
He used to work at the Heat many years ago.
Yeah, he was a Heat. But so, Cappy, I got him the Donovan Mitchell shoes because I wanted to get him a pair of those so when he interviews him in a winning post-game interview.
Then Dom will be like, hey, nice shoes.
And plus, he loves George. They brought it in. So he would definitely notice that he was wearing shoes.
Dom brings it in regularly.
Yeah. So we're going to make the nice shoes thing a thing.
You know who did not bring it in for me last night, and he was not having any part of me in the Cappy Lappy? He did not love me at all.
Who?
Byron Allen. Do you guys know who that is?
Oh, yeah, I remember Byron Allen.
I don't.
He's like super rich.
Oh, yeah. So Bergman was like, bro, who the hell is that guy? Because he wasn't having it. I was like, that's Byron Allen. He's like, I don't know who that is. Byron Allen is an amazing guy, like an incredible entrepreneur.
Yeah, he's got all those TV shows.
I just Googled him, and the first thing that comes up is, how did Byron Allen get so rich?
I'm not really sure because he
all
was
those
more,
shows were in syndication.
Right, but he was like a comedian slash like talk show host-ish kind of a guy.
He had the Byron Allen show.
Right, and then he started something called the Griot. Does anybody know what the Griot is?
No, I don't know that, but we only have 50 seconds, so make it
well,
quick.
the Griot is like a African American television network. You know what I mean? And
so
a
he
website.
wanted nothing to do with you because you know what? If Byron Allen was going to be in your video, you need to pay Byron Allen.
I guess I know he made it into the video. He made it into the Cappy Lappy. We just gave a little fist bump. But then he needed me to be the usher. He's like, hey man, he goes, you know what number these seats are? I'm like, no, I don't know what number these seats are. And he goes, well, aren't the numbers on the back? We can't see them from the court. And I was like, oh, you can't see them from the court. He's like, is this one 51, 52? I'm like, yeah, 51, 52,
Tell him who
53,
Dealer's Choice
54.
is sponsored by, you dope.
Yeah, so.
Tell him who the sponsor is.
The Real Deal Dealer's Choice brought to you by Sellers Advantage. Hey, call them 888-390-AS-IS for that no-obligation offer or visit them at sellersadvantage.com. George, let's rock and roll out of here.
All right, Kings hockey next. Peace.